How you doing? Watch Hockey Night in Canada with Steve Dangle, presented by Coca-Cola, coming at you with an all-Canadian matchup. Actually, got a pair of those because watch Hockey Night in Canada with Steve Dangle. We got the Toronto Maple Leafs hosting the Vancouver Canucks, and later, also on the Sportsnet YouTube channel for the Player Cast, also presented by Coca-Cola, we have is it Flames Jets? I believe it's Flames Jets. Craig Rive, Andrew Peters, a bunch of other people who aren't me. So that's appealing for sure. What do we got tonight? Opening lineup for the Toronto Maple Leafs will be all Swedish with Borja Salming in all our thoughts right now and in the building. Kelly Yarncroke, Timothy Liljegren, Rasmus Sandin, Pierre Engvall, William Nylander, and Eric Shellgren in net, which I think is awesome. The lines for the game once everything kicks off: Bunting, Matthews, Nylander, very interesting. Kerfoot, Tavares, Marner. I think Tavares is going to see a lot of that puck tonight. Those are two pass first forwards. Aston Reese with Kampf and Malgin. That line impressed last game. Nick Robertson gets bumped down, but he's with Pierre Engvall up the middle, which I'm a fan of. I know a lot of people have been hard on Engvall, and he kind of deserves it. I like him up the middle, and Yarncroke is going to be on his wing. Here's the unfortunate bit. TJ Brody is not dressing for this game. Tugs collar. Morgan Riley will be with Timothy Liljegren. I like that. Rasmus Sandin will be with Mark Giordano. It has its ups and downs. And then Justin Hall will be with Jordy Ben making his Leafs debut. I'm going to puke. I am so nervous for that pair. Hall really started to turn it around. He had a pretty bad one last game, but I feel like generally he's been playing better with Brody. Oh boy, with Jordy Ben back there. I mean, Jordy Ben's probably not going to jump up in the rush, so that'll be Hall's duties. Vancouver Canucks. I got to tell you, I look at this lineup. I don't know how they are where they are in the standings. Podkolzin, Horvat, Garland. Good. Kuzmenko, Pedersen, Hoglander, sorry. Good. Mikheyev, Miller, Besser. Good. Dakota Joshua, Aman, and Studnicka, former captain of the Oshawa Generals. There's your fourth line. That's a good forward group. So we go to the D. We got OEL with Myers. Okay. Hughes with Shen. Do like me some Shen. Stillman, Bear, and we got Spencer Martin in net. So would I choose that D-core over most of the D-cores in the league? No. But it feels like up front they're good enough to cover a lot of their mistakes. And we know they have a good goalie in Thatcher Demko. And it's not like Spencer Martin's been terrible either. So I don't get it. However, they come in the rested team into Toronto. They've already been here a couple days. The Leafs, on the other hand, played last night in a 4-2 loss to the Pittsburgh Penguins, and they had the same starting goalie. Eric Shellgren getting back-to-back duties. There were rumors that Matt Murray could be good to play. Supposedly he's cleared to play and may play Tuesday, but that means he's not going to play tonight. Keith Petruzzelli, instead of giving him his NHL debut, the Leafs are going with Eric Shellgren in net. I don't hate that personally, and this might be a very wishy-washy take on account of I'm supposed to have hardcore Leaf takes, but I trust them on this one. Listen, I want to see a player's NHL debut. I think that's a great thing. It's a fun thing. I'd rather be covering Keith Petruzzelli's NHL debut on this stream than Eric Shellgren starting both halves of a back-to-back. But you got to remember, sometimes these stories don't go great. Shellgren, his story began great. Got a shutout in his first NHL game. It was against the Dallas Stars. But Keith Petruzzelli's first NHL game, if it was tonight, it could go that way. He could play great, make a 50 save shutout, or it could go like Kasimir Kaskisuos from a few years ago, where the team in front of him played so bad it got Mike Babcock fired. So you never know. All three goalies, by the way, this is from Kyle Cushman, a great point. All three goalies in the Maple Leafs organization are playing both halves of a back-to-back. Shelgren, Dryden McKay with the Marlies, and Luke Cavaline even down with the ECHL Growlers. Double duty. Tough times, goalies get hurt, but we got puck drop here in Toronto. Leafs Canucks, let's go and see this game. Let's see it take off. Let's hydrate. Also, if you're in the chat, producer Rob is going to be curating some of your questions. Roderick said, how's your energy? Have you had time to recover from yesterday? My energy's fine. I'm okay. My body is very busted and broken. So I played at the Eric Lindros Celebrity Hockey Classic last year in support of Easter Seals. It's a charity that helps out kids with physical disabilities. I played in 3 45-minute hockey games, 3 periods each, 15-minute running clock. And everyone on my team by the end of the day was so gassed and busted. We went 2-1. We were not that bad. And I want to say overall I was a plus player. I did not score. I came disgustingly close. I'm so mad at myself. If the Leafs get a goal on this opening shift, that would be such an emotional lift for them. Well, just don't get scored on. Let's maybe set the bar there. Because the Leafs lead the league in allowing goals in the first minute of the game. Which is not a great thing to lead the league in. If you're looking for former Leafs who can score on the Leafs tonight, Luke Schenn is the obvious answer. But a lot of people sleeping on Dakota Joshua, who is, I don't think he ever got into a game, but he is a Leaf draft pick. Is he one of the Hunter ones? Let me look. Dakota Joshua. He was drafted a while ago. He might even be a Burke pick. 2014, he was picked in the 5th round by the Leafs. Johnny T in the place to be. Up with Mitch. That looked onside. Kerfoot puts it on, looking for a rebound, and he gets one. But here come the Canucks. I don't like how much Leaf fans are fighting over putting Nylander with Matthews or Marner with Matthews. It shouldn't be a fight. Oh, here comes Kerfoot. Here comes Kerfoot. Oh, he tries to split the wickets there on Spencer Martin, former Mississauga Steelheads goalie. Marner blasted. That goes wide and out of the zone. What I was going to say before the Leafs interrupted me with a scoring chance. Whoa! If you're a goaltender, give it directly to Austin Matthews. Here he comes. Oh, he wants the Michigan so bad. Just do it, Austin. Just do it. Leafs got the Canucks hemmed in a little bit. Riley puts it on. Just one. Willie on there with Bunting and Matthews. Oh, that would have been a nice goal. Trying to connect with Liljegren there. Bunting. Decent work. Boy, the Canucks have been hemmed in for a while now. Leafs might even have time for a line change. Get someone on. And the Canucks, will this be ice? Looks like it. And that long shift is getting longer. Jeez, Leafs wouldn't let me talk on that shift. All I was trying to say, the fact that the Toronto Maple Leafs have Matthews and Marner and Nylander and Willie shouldn't be a cause for debate. Matthews scored 60 with Marner last year. Tavares scored 47 with Marner. Marner's good. You know who's also good? Willie. Okay, Jordy Ben scoring would be absolutely fantastic. Options are good. That's all I'm saying. Mulligan. That dude is trying to lead the Leafs in shots, I swear.
His old team last night gave the Leafs the lead. Vancouver won both.
Hasn't quite got a spot in the top 6, but I can see it happening. And the Canucks will mercifully get their change in there.
Direct out to center for Aston Reese. He was bumped by Shen. Played back into Jordy Ben, who was hurt in the first period of the
Canucks 1 win in their last 13 road games against the Leafs. That's wild to me, because it feels like the Leafs lose a lot in Vancouver. Oh, the Canadian division. When the Leafs only play the Canucks twice a year, which is now like a normal year, it felt like the Canucks would always win here and the Leafs would always win. Or no, the opposite. The Leafs would always win in Toronto, the Canucks would always win in Vancouver. But then there was the Canadian division, where I remember seeing a lot of that guy, Jordy Ben.
Hughes got that shot through. Rebound into the corner, Connor Garland gets it loose.
Here is, I think, our first look at that new look fourth line, and a great tip in front. Was that Bo Horvat? He's having an unreal start to this season. Bo Horvat opens the scoring, tipping it in front. So much for the new look fourth line. Let's see what happened here. Bobbling puck. Canucks do a good job to fight to keep it. And Justin Hall just can't tie up Bo Horvat. And it's Luke Shen who puts it on, too. Yeah, see? I told you, Dakota Josh was next. Attaboy, Bo! Is that his dad? I can't hear the broadcast.
To make it a memorable one. What a beginning to this year for him.
Career high 31.
Whenever they go to two very specific people, I'm like, parents? Okay, parents. 11th goal of the season for Bo Horvat.
That goal here tonight. So the Canucks strike first.
They didn't specify. It'd be funny if they weren't.
Back on the ice along with Tavares and Kerfoot. Elias Pettersson celebrating his 24th birthday today. And he'll go to the attack.
It's weird how much the Canucks have struggled this season, because a lot of guys are actually having like pretty decent individual seasons, and Bo Horvat's one of them, at least in terms of offensive production. I recently had a rant about JT Miller because, oh, never mind. Here comes the Leaf. Oh, just wide. I had a rant about JT Miller, and honestly, I could see him lighting the Leafs up tonight. I don't want him to, but I have him in fantasy, so if he wants to, go ahead. There he is. Yeah, that could have been a point for me. His offense is great. That's not a part of his game worth criticizing. He can put up points. He's JT Miller. But defensively, the effort is shocking.
Dumped in by Nylander as he got bumped by Shen. Austin Matthews in the 2 games last year had 3 goals against Vancouver. Hasn't scored in his last 3. Here's Quinn Hughes onto the right side. Stanika was breaking. That one slid in front.
Oh, whoa, what a bounce. Demonic. Wow. That happened in a flash. Here comes David Camp. Zach Aston Reese, who fancies himself a goal scorer these days. After a tough start with the Leafs. Couldn't even find a spot in the lineup regularly. He's actually looked pretty good. Oh! Justin is having a tough game. And we got a breakaway! Dennis Mulligan stopped by Spencer Martin. Couldn't get that puck up. David Camp tries to feed the pass. It doesn't get through.
Well, that was Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Just let him get behind him.
Jeez, take the over on this one. Shot! Rebound!
Great chance there for Kuzmenko.
What a ridiculous pace to this game.
It'll come across to Ethan Bear.
Ethan Bear with it.
Rebound to Bear.
Boy, the Leafs are really leaving that point open in the Canucks. That's how they got their first goal, and that's how they might get their second if the Leafs aren't careful.
Both these teams, they're trying to open up a lot of long stretch passes, creating chances. And
whoop.
Goals against have been a problem for both Leafs and Vancouver, and this might be an offensive-minded game, and it certainly looks like it here early on. Great chances for both ends.
Okay, Callie. Okay.
First 2 games of this 5-game road trip, but
If you're just joining us, watch Hockey Night in Canada with Steve Dangle, presented by Coca-Cola. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Please do tell all your friends.
Yarncroke dispossessed by Hoaglander.
Hey man, I don't have a way to watch the game. I think I'm just going to watch on this illegal stream that's going to steal my identity and rob my house and slash my tires and all that. No! You send them the link to this. Dennis Mulligan. He never really did get that puck to calm down. Maybe right at the very end. As we got our first little commercial break. Jeez! What a start. Not exactly the start you would want for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Canucks got a chance and buried it. Leafs got a chance and didn't. It's that simple so far. Questions. Space fan, score prediction. 1-0 Canucks. Oh, you mean by the end of the game? No, I stand by it. Can you imagine? Dude, the dead puck era was garbage. This era of hockey is better. I don't care what anyone tells you. I grew up watching the dead puck era. The Devils scored on the Leafs. It was in the first 2 minutes. It might have even been the first minute. And the game ended 1-0. It was the worst experience of my life. Rob G. Will the Leafs make a goaltending change before trade deadline or before Christmas? So something really bad would have to happen in order for the Leafs to do that, I think. Ilya Samsonov was playing great for the team. He's apparently week to week, but I read that his injury isn't as serious as the Leafs originally feared, and Matt Murray should be back Tuesday. So things look dire now, like right at this very moment, but they'll be getting a guy back. Now they got, obviously, Shelgren, who is at very least an option. Petruzzelli is at least under contract, which he wasn't. So hopefully Matt Murray can hold the fort with Shelgren until Samsonov gets back. But if those guys can't stay healthy, if Shelgren ends up getting hurt, if it turns out Matt Murray re-aggravates something like Peter Mrazek did last year, then yeah, they're going to have to go out and do something. And they're going to have to do something more than, oh yeah, we're going to sign this dude who's like our 4th or 5th string goalie. They're going to have to go out and get someone. Miller stopped. I get fantasy points for that. Liljegren, good play to Kerfoot.
Back behind the play, Dalton's got some mask
Leafs trying to get set up here.
To see if he needs a whistle, and he doesn't.
Canucks giving him fits. Oh, Riley can't hold the line. Whoa. Good job to just get rid of the thing before giving up a breakaway. Oh, thank you to producer Rob for former Leafs. How could I forget Ilya Mikheyev? That's hat-trick material right there. All assisted by JT Miller. You know it. You know it. Watch Hockey Night in Canada with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Presented by Coca-Cola. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends.
4 goals against or more in 10 of the 14 games.
Thomas, when will we see Petruzzelli? Well, there's going to have to be injuries in order for us to see Petruzzelli. And if there aren't enough injuries to get that deep, then my answer is when he's ready. Listen, this guy is a good goalie. The Red Wings weren't able to get him under contract. 3rd round pick of them, though, and not that long ago. He's had good numbers, albeit in the minors. He's young. Call him up when he's ready. You saw what happened with the Devils last year. They had to go deep. And they had some young guys get NHL experience, yes, but they got torched. Torched. And actually, they're already digging deep. The difference is the team has, whoa, been much better recently. What on earth was that play?
Boy, risky play there by Sandin. He just tried to thread a pass into the slot area. It
Okay.
almost ended right back up
If you're absolutely
towards
sure. Oh boy, the Leafs look pretty confused. Giordano telling Sandin, just get off the ice, bud. Sandin has had a tough start to this season. In comes Dennis Malgin. Shoots, it goes wide. Aston Reese tried to chip it off the back of Spencer Martin. It doesn't work.
Last night, Malgin, Camp, and Aston Reese.
Well, it's notable that that's not a line that he messed with, and it has been one that he's been happy with.
Man, the Leafs had a real hard time finding a third line they liked, but I think they finally found one.
After it behind the net, Bear takes a hit. Malgin centers, and it ricochets to Connor Garland. Red line and in for the Canucks, who start a chain.
I still don't know how much I like Ali Yarncroke on the fourth line.
Giordano looks up
And I
right.
know I don't like Nick Robertson on the fourth line, but
it's
good to have options.
Kerfoot over the line. Marner trying to follow
I'm not
up.
sure what Kerfoot was going for there.
That's taken away by Shen. Off the stick of Tavares.
I've been pretty vocal about it. Like,
Kuzmenko will chase Morgan Riley back.
Kerfoot can do a lot of things. He can play a lot of positions.
Up ahead, Tavares takes the
I just don't know
pass.
about that
Looking
player,
for
man.
goal number 400, and can't barge past Shen. Quinn Hughes back the other way onto the left side. It's Hoglander.
I think I'd prefer a player who can do fewer things but do them better.
On an 8-game point streak, Marner will flick it in.
And Matthew Nyes isn't going to be here for a long time.
Past Marner, and Pedersen will lop the backhand out to center ice. Jordy Ben.
Jordy Ben gains center, fires it in.
Sends it down, and JT Miller's got it. Lead feed off the stick of the former Leaf, William McKay.
Poised to play.
For Nylander.
He hasn't had a bad start, has he?
A backhand right off.
Willie fires it on a rebound!
Spencer Martin's
Bunting
got that.
stopped by Martin.
So past the midway
He's
mark
got to
of the
cheer for.
opening period.
Spencer Martin. He was, I'll say my goalie.
Again.
He was my goalie when I worked for the Mississauga Steelheads. I was the in-arena announcer way back when, in 2012. Making, what did I make? I think I made $30 a game. Spent 15 or 20 of that just driving there and back, living in Scarborough. But the new owner came in for the Mississauga Steelheads, and he imposed this thing where everyone would stand on the blue line and obviously stare at the Canadian flag during the anthem, but they would stand completely still. None of this like adjusting in your equipment and shivering around and moving your arms and all the pregame routines you see out there. They would just stand there statuesque. And the teams that didn't know about it, you could tell. You could tell they didn't know about it. It was meant to give off an aura of discipline. I don't know if it worked. I can't remember if the team even made the playoffs. I don't think they did. Actually, they struggled, and part of the reason they struggled is Spencer Martin was hurt that year. I'm just looking it up now. He only played 15 games, and he was an 8.85 in those games, but I'd say his career has gone okay. He's already into double-digit games in the show. He hasn't performed too shabby. Making me feel old. Spencer Martin. 3rd round pick of the Avs from 2013. I forgot he was drafted by the Avs. Good for him. Good for him. Also from that team was Dylan DeMello. Dylan DeMello! Tony Ambrosio was the announcer guy. Shot! Oh, Stripes, what are you doing?
You know, the pressure has been on, and
You good?
it is odd that you don't often
We got
see
icing.
kind of a comment
Did the ref just block that shot?
from
You
above.
good, bro?
But one thing that he's learned throughout his coaching career
He's saying,
it's the guys
yeah,
in
really
front of him.
bunch in
You
there
have
and
to
use
disconnect
the
with
ref as a
players and
shield.
try to instill a little bit of confidence in them. Bo Horvat said it
Noted
in this
and
year, we
fairly
were
open
great
about it,
games,
Leaf fan
giving
Bruce
up
Boudreau.
leads, 2-goal leads early on. It's
I love him.
hard to get that
Bruce, there it
consistent
is.
winning
I
form.
hope he figures it out.
And plays the carrot
I hope
off
the team figures it out
inboards.
around him, to be honest.
Tries to cycle it down low. Bunting after it. JT Miller there.
I don't think the Canucks want to pay 3 coaches.
Nylander
I don't think they
looking
feel
to
like it.
dig it out. He's
Nylander taken down.
Myers.
Myers. Ekman Larson shoving Bunting to the ground.
Digs it out of there, and JT Miller
The Canucks
sends it
will
to
escape
center.
with it.
There's Michael Bunting.
Ooh, shifty from Bunting. Shifty to Matthews, but he's just got to put it into the corner. Bodies everywhere.
We've got a delayed penalty coming up.
And I think we're going to get our first call of the game. Was it that little collision in front of the blue line? Yeah, Bunting's not loving it. Boy, he has got to figure it out. This is a huge opportunity for him. He's back with Matthews. It's Bunting, Matthews, Marner. He has not had a great start to the season. And they're calling that.
Bunting is the one that goes in, so power play opportunity for the Vancouver Canucks on the season.
Okay, JT Miller will get out there on the power play.
27.1, fifth in the National Hockey League, but
I get extra points for power play points.
trying to get it back on track here.
Just throwing it out there.
For 24 binge. Puck fired around, JT
Listen,
Miller,
this is JT Miller's bread and butter.
Pedersen and Hughes.
Great offensive player with great offensive skill, and his team is on the power play.
Miller kicks
This
it
is
back
where
to the
JT
line.
Miller makes his money.
Hughes back to Miller. There's the shot, scores. And it's a 2-goal
Hey,
lead.
told you.
And the
There it
Buffalo
is,
gets hot
JT
again.
Miller
Yeah,
with
they
the
sure do. It just-
snipe.
You win
And the
draw,
Canucks
you get the
are up
setup you want, you move the puck to the
2-0
danger zone,
on the
and
Toronto Maple
quick
Leafs.
little shot from his
Just
strong
over
side, puts the
12
front of the net,
minutes
though. You've got both
into this
Horvat
game.
and Besser. Besser isn't going to get an assist
Goodness
on this
gracious,
one, I
what a
don't think,
snipe.
but look at his body is in the way. As
Yeah, he
Schaefer
just
looks
stacks
to
them all
the
up,
goal
stacks
around
up 2
Brock
Leafs,
Besser.
stacks up
The
2
puck's
Canucks.
getting shot. There's
Here's a
great
good angle of it.
peek, and that one slides right
I don't
through
even
the
know how
lines
that
in
got
front.
through, to be honest.
Shalgren
He
couldn't
got
see to his
Shalgren
left,
looking
so
one
he
way to
peeked
get
over
around
right.
the
And Miller
all the
put it back
commotion.
to
I don't
the
even
net,
know how he
bring it
got
back
that
to
one
the net.
through. Now the Leafs are down 2 on home ice.
Extends his point streak.
Not great,
It's
Bob.
unofficial because he missed some games,
Miller's
but
8th of the season.
games he's played, he has-
This week in fantasy, I am playing James Myrtle.
There's the former captain
I'm
of the
looking for my
Ottawa
first fantasy win of the season
crashing into the inboards. It'll
because
pick
I
up
have not been
there.
doing well.
That ricocheted in front of the
Thatcher
net.
Demko was my goalie until I dropped him recently.
Robertson at center. Hand on the pass,
So,
turned back
thank you,
in.
JT Miller. I needed that.
Studnicka looking to center, and
If only the Leafs could come back and win anyway, that'd be even
Studnicka
better.
off the board. Deep move in front, and the shot blocked. Gomez,
Canucks almost make it 3-0.
chance there, and the Leafs on their
Leafs
heels.
don't even look particularly dangerous attacking right now. They definitely look flat.
Inside the line, and now a quick lead feed for Kerfoot.
They didn't get the win against Pittsburgh, but I actually thought they looked quite good. Not so much tonight.
This is a little break in the action to remind you that the DraftKings Sportsbook app is available. Download it. Now back to the game we love.
So Sheldon Keefe's team down by a pair here early, or with just under 7 minutes remaining in the first period. There was some
Yeah, man, the Leafs are just dumping it and hoping.
who might get the start tonight. Keith Petruzzelli was the
We got Sandin with Ben.
He has yet to play a game in the NHL. The backup, and Matt Murray.
First
getting
period
goals.
defensive blender. Oh, Rasmus, bud.
Thought you might see him get his first opportunity, but
If TJ Brody wasn't missing this game with what I assume is an injury, I think Sandin might have got scratched.
We'll catch
I'm
3
serious.
good shows
He's
in a
looked
row on
awful.
Sunday night prime time,
He's looked awful.
featuring Heartland, the great Canadian
I know they got him playing as offside.
Tomorrow at 7.
I really don't care.
Now, you think for the Canucks what a big game this is too. Hockey night in Canada on Hall of Fame weekend. You've got the Sedins in the building and Roberto Luongo, and you know the team wants
Your
to
job
come up
is
with a big effort.
Find a way into the lineup,
Chris
man.
Boudreau said the
And
start
listen,
was gonna be
Jake
so
Muzzin,
important, and they
injured and out of the lineup,
got some big saves
that's a
by
red
Muzzin to
carpet
get
for
that
Rasmus
2-goal
Sandin.
lead, and
Red
see if they
carpet.
can keep that confidence going.
Now Brody's
And
not in the
win for
lineup.
their former
Nor is
leaders.
Muzzin. Rasmus is still playing as
An
offside.
exciting weekend it is for the Sedins and
I don't know what to tell you.
for Roberto Luongo to go through
Be
this
better.
and watch their team, former team, play here on Saturday night.
Got
Who
Boston tomorrow.
said
They'll
this
finish
isn't the
road
Tri League?
in Buffalo.
You think of that power play, the Sedins, how they move the puck so
It's a
well
tough
to each
league.
other, that little shot pass
Got to find a
deflection
way back
that
into
they
this game.
executed to perfection so often.
So who's Gio with right now? Giordano and Hall.
Goal in their first opportunity.
Only brothers going to the Hall of Fame where each of them had
Suppose,
over
yeah,
1,000
that's okay.
points. Justin Hall
It's not
again.
great. People talking about the Leafs might need a goaltending move. Honestly, I think I'd make a move back there.
Pass cut off by Ekman Larson. Oaklander ahead.
Goaltending hasn't been the reason they've lost games, really.
Here's Myers to the red line and firing it down.
Defense has been meh.
In front, and McKinnon
Oh!
almost flipped that back
Man, the
across
Leafs have
to
been
himself.
victims of a couple demonic bounces in this game so far.
Almost got it, didn't he? It just bounced in front of him, and Kallgren was on the other side.
Right side on D needs to look a little bit better. Left wing needs to be a little bit better. And then I think they'll be all right. Goaltending is sort of up to hill. Yes, I said demonic bounce. We're making it a thing.
The next changing as well as Matthews comes back out. Morgan Riley rink wide looking for Nylander. That doesn't work. And a quick counter here, Studnicka.
Here come the Canucks with numbers. Crunch there by Riley. Matthews, oh, give away! Where is it? The Canucks got it. This has not been a good start for the Leafs. Holy cow.
Behind the cage, and now a centering pass intercepted by Matthews and kicked out by Riley.
Might have tired legs from the night before, but they're not going to get any more rested.
You saw his extended shift there. The pause by Hughes allowed Giordano to get to the bench and get a change.
Minute 55 on that last shift. Now Horvat crashing back in behind the net. And Garland takes a look, trying to sidestep Timothy Liljegren to the line. Ekman Larson, and that one.
Where? Whoa! I'm not going to say demonic bounce, but that is precisely what that was. The Canucks working it around. Man, the Leafs do not have an answer for these guys. Eric Källgren with the stop, and he gets the whistle. And I got to tell you, if that thing went in, I think a lot of Leaf fans would have gotten their wish, and Keith Petruzzelli would be coming into this game. Oh! Garland came so close to putting that under the blocker of Eric Källgren. Yikesicles on bicycles. Tough start. So, Thomas, can I update my answer? When will we see Petruzzelli? The second period. Michael, favorite Bork story from yesterday? Ah, yes. So I got to play hockey with Ray Bork. That was sick. When you raise money for the Eric Lindros Celebrity Hockey Classic, you get to play with a celebrity, and Ray Bork was there. And if I'm not mistaken, this was the first year that he was there. I feel comfortable saying we all know he went from Boston to Colorado, and in Colorado is where he ended up winning the cup. He was actually, before the trade happened, keen on going to Philadelphia. So much so that he kind of thought he was going to become a Philadelphia Flyer. It didn't work out that way. He went to Colorado, and I don't think he has any regrets about that because he ended up winning the cup. When he won the cup, the Avalanche, I can't remember who it was with the organization, someone really high up, like the president or the owner or something, maybe the GM, told Ray to take the cup home with him. And he just partied with it in the middle of the street until like 5:30 in the morning. And he talked about that feeling of waking up and coming downstairs in the Stanley Cup sitting on your kitchen table. Can you imagine? Oh, well, I would love it. I would love it. John, do the Leafs have heart? I think they do. Do they have the necessary heart to be competitive in the National Hockey League?
Down 3-0 quickly,
Sorry, in the
Montreal
Stanley Cup
quickly
playoffs.
recovered.
Oh, Shelgren, buddy.
To hit, Kerfoot
I don't think he's going to start the second period.
sends it to center, and now the Leafs pointed in the right direction. It's Kerfoot inside the line. A chance here, and Tavares just missed, looking for 400.
And do the Leafs and Sheldon Keefe deserve a little bit of heat if this goaltending situation goes from bad to worse tonight?
Another entry into the zone that created a lane. The Leafs
I saw the argument for using Petruzzelli. I saw the argument for not using him. Just listen, if the Leafs are going to play the second half of a back-to-back and it's not going to go great, I would rather the guy who's a little bit more used to playing in the show go than have a kid's first game get ruined.
Sends it on goal, and a big rebound off the pad of Martin, and it'll be cleared by
I just remember what happened to Kasky Swope. It wasn't good news. What is going on? That's Connor Garland, guys. Someone get the guy in front. Oh, the Leafs look terrible right now. Switching goalies wouldn't do anything. Attack the point or something. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, Kerr.
Nylander took off immediately.
The Canucks finally turn it over.
The wingers have blown the zone pretty quickly.
These guys look awful. I can't believe the shots are as close as they are. Feels like they're getting worse as the period goes. Can Austin Matthews turn things around? That'd be nice. That's got to be a penalty. Yeah, no kidding. Woo! Stop. Stop. If Bunting's was a penalty, that's a penalty. Stop. Bruce Boudreau's turning red. He didn't like it.
He's in all alone on the side. Tried to go up over the blocker just too
Ooh,
high.
Tavares.
You know,
Closer than I realized.
Lose the body position, you get your arms wrapped around. Goes for a ride there, and
you know, he might have an argument.
Power play score. It's first
Willie, I mean,
get there first.
that should be automatically you both go off. I love William Nylander, and obviously I want the Leafs to win this game. Can you tell? But it should be a telltale sign that maybe both guys should go off when the guy who got hooked has the stick in his arms once he hits the ice. All right, Leafs gave up a power play goal. It's time to get one.
In the National Hockey League, only 61.7, and they had some positives in Montreal, 4 for 4, but prior to that, 9 straight. They gave up.
Jeez, even the power play looked awful. Holy Toledo.
Here
Here they come. Here they come. Oh, the hands. Oh, that would have been humiliating.
His second of the night. Now Matthews.
Leafs can't even gain the zone.
Onto the right side.
Oh my gosh, guys.
Surveying the situation.
Can you pull a roster? Forget Shelgren. Pull the roster. If this goes in, it might be offside. After all that, you know the Canucks are going to look. Leafs working it around. They're finally established. Tavares. Oh, I thought he was going to shoot. Riley puts it on traffic. Oh! That was a wide open one. Little under a minute left in this power play. Oh, Willie! Oh, Austin! Bit too tentative. I don't think he expected that pass to get through. Under a minute to go in the period, 40 seconds to go here on the penalty kill.
Shooting lane was going to get taken away, tried to back it off to Austin Matthews, and then he ends up with his shot getting blocked.
The shot blocked. The Leafs second unit comes on.
Leafs second unit out there. Bunting just gets hammered down to the ice.
And the Leafs turn back once again.
Boy, he is having a tough start.
Gave up a last-minute first-period goal last night.
Sandine, here we go, bud. Here we go, bud. Earn that spot, bud. Robertson. Oh, working it around. Leafs still have it. Kerfoot fumbles it a little bit, but the Leafs still have it. Robertson! Shoots! Where is it? Rebound! Shot! Rebound again! Penalty's over. 10 seconds to go in the period. And here come the Canucks in the final 5 seconds. JT Miller into the mesh, which is what he did earlier. It was just between the posts. Not a great period of hockey for the Toronto Maple Leafs as the Vancouver Canucks take a 2-0 lead. Bo Horvat almost lifted the Leafs' underwear from the waistband up over their back
Bo Horvat
and on top of their head. And they were at very least spared that indignity. Well, we can be mad about that start, or we can cheer for a better one in the second. Why not do that? Because there's magic when we cheer together, and there's magic in every sip of Coca-Cola. Nope. There you go. Turn it around. There you go. That's what we do. Here's another thing that we do. If this is your first one, you wouldn't know this. If this is not your first watch Hockey Night in Canada with Steve Dangle, then you know all about this. Sportsnet.ca/magic moments. That's the link that you got to go to for every game. You could win a $350 MasterCard gift card or Visa gift card, courtesy of Coca-Cola. All you got to do is put in the special code word. Well, what is that? In order to know what it is, you got to watch Hockey Night in Canada with Steve Dangle. And today's code word is, we got producer Soup on this one. Where's the graphic? No pressure, producer Soup. We don't need the graphic. Screw it. Oh, 1 sec. All right, let's all wait on producer Soup. No pressure. He's absolutely panicking right now. You can do it, bud. You can. Hey! Oh, he did it! Let's go! Dinner! Done like dinner. How about a hand for producer Soup behind the scenes? Dinner. DINNER. Dinner is the code word. Let's go to highlights, but also shout out to producer Soup, who is filling in last minute. We had someone is sick behind the scenes. So Soup got the what are you, third stringer? Soup? No? Backup fifth? You think you're fifth? Yeah, that's fair enough. Well, you look great. Maybe it's a sign the Leafs should have done the same. Maybe. Just maybe. Here's Boria before the game. I don't even know what to say about that, man. It's so emotional. It's just awful what's happened to him, but the Leafs and Leafs Nation have come up in a big way for him. This is how the game started for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It was looking pretty good in the opening minute. They came out with all sorts of fire. And then Bo Horvat just gets a real good tip at the start of what would kind of become a trend for the Canucks in the first period. The Leafs would collapse down low, lose that puck battle 2-on-1. That can't happen. Leafs don't attack the point aggressively enough. Shen puts it on. That's just a goal scores goal from Bo Horvat. Joe Pavelski-esque. They did get this breakaway, which I almost completely forgot about. Leafs tried to go 5-hole on Spencer Martin a couple times. I don't know if that's exactly what Malgin did, but they can't solve this guy down low. And that from JT Miller is just an absolute rip. Let's see if we can get another angle of that. Shelgren does not see this thing, and I can't believe JT Miller found a lane. Like, look at this. Look at it. Where does that go? Where does that go? How does he even know that space is there? Absolute snipe from JT Miller. Leafs did find a way to work it around for a little while. Leave Connor Garland completely alone. Just like that play right there, it wasn't a big thing, but like Justin Hall doesn't look like he understands what's going on. The Leafs at large don't look like they understand what's going on there. This was a good chance to end the period, but the Leafs can't bury it. A couple good chances. And the Leafs find themselves down 2-0 against the Vancouver Canucks. Intermission entertainment. We got Steve's Dangets, and then we'll be back with the second. I always cherish the opportunity to get to say this. If you're a goaltender, tend the goal! Hey everyone, it's the best day of the week because it's Thursday and it's time for another episode of Steve's Dangets, where we take a look at the biggest, dang-its from around the NHL. And we start, yeah, Canucks fans, you knew.
Didn't extend his goal streak, but he's got to score here in round 3. And he overskated the puck. Never got a shot away. And the Predators, who trailed 3-0 after 1 period, come back and win in a shootout.
You know what sucks about this is Bo Horvat is actually off to a wild start. He was one of the first players in the National Hockey League to hit double digits in goals. He's at double digits in goals. You could call it one of the most underrated starts ever on account of no one's talking about it because the Canucks are so bad. And this right here is all anyone's talking about. Dude, someone messaged Bo Horvat on social media and said that move in the shootout cost them money, and he actually responded to the guy. This game was the final straw for me. I had to drop Thatcher Demko in fantasy. I had to. Nothing is going right in Vancouver right now, including that play. That's a dang it. Now, for our next dang it, Logan Thompson of the Vegas Golden Knights. One of the best, most underrated stories in the National Hockey League. He's on arguably the best contract in the National Hockey League. Basically, league minimum for 3 years as a starting goaltender in the NHL. One of the best starting goaltenders in the NHL in the first month of the season. And this happens.
DeBrincat gets it back. And now Giroux through center. And he throws it in and scores from the neutral zone. That skipped over the shoulder of Thompson. Wow. Claude Giroux's tied it.
Doing this, and watch it how this skips right here. That just jumps right to the top corner. That's, oh, a veteran player just putting it towards the net, gets the bounce to go his way. And
yeah, when the guy who scores on you didn't know he scored, that's bad. Claude Giroux dumps this puck in essentially for a line change. And it goes in. You know, when talking about other sports, we spend a lot of time making fun of how big soccer nets are. We don't spend enough time making fun of how small a puck is. I'm surprised this sort of thing doesn't happen more often. I'm surprised goalies stop the percentage of shots they do, honestly. Oh boy, though, that one, that's a dang it. For our next dang it, someone tell Jesperi Kotkaniemi that fighting, while still a part of the National Hockey League, usually doesn't involve gloves.
In his career, watch out for Girgensons. He's got a hand. Kotkaniemi wants to fight with Dahlin.
That'd be a good little matchup, wouldn't it? I mean,
Dahlin still has his glove. Oh, he takes a punch from Kotkaniemi with the glove on. So they both punch each other with the gloves on. We'll see how they call this.
they're in the same weight class. That'd be one that you'd want to see. And you mentioned Dahlin. I mean, I like the fact that he's playing with a little bit more bite this year.
Poor Rasmus Dahlin, eh? This guy takes a lot of abuse. Took a cross-check to the head from Austin Matthews last season, and then he gets into a sort of scrap with Kotkaniemi, and it's looking like, uh-oh, is this guy gonna get a fight on his card? No, because fights are when you drop the gloves. And Kotkaniemi just rock'em sock'em robots the guy right in the head. 5 minutes for glove fighting. Producer Nick liked that one. I thought I'd sneak it in there. That's a dang it. For our next dang it, it's a hat pick. Here's an amazing goal by Trevor Zegras.
Stepping in, Klingberg, the shot, and that was blocked by Zuccarello. And he scores! Oh, a little more magic from Trevor Zegras.
And watch him on the left side of the ice. He's lurking around right here. The puck goes back. It's on end right here. And he scoops it up on the forehand. And he says, thanks for coming. Holy jumping. Takes it on the forehand here, but reversing it on the backhand, and it goes under the bar and in. It's not a high stick over the crossbar. You can see where the follow-through is right there. And that ignites this crowd. Every time he touches the puck.
Now I know what you're wondering. Steve, that's an amazing goal. A lacrosse goal by Trevor Zegras, actually in front of fans, because remember he scored that one against Montreal, but no one was there. Why is this in the Dangits video? I'll show you why. It was called back because of offside.
Get back, the heel would be at that angle. Now don't forget, this camera angle is not directly on the blue line. Now the puck has not crossed the blue line. Now it does look like the momentum of the skate has already crossed the blue line before. I don't think this is going to be a goal.
Again, you no longer have to keep the skate blade on the ice.
I think Kulikov's going to be deemed offside here.
After the coach's challenge from Minnesota, the play has been determined to be offside, no goal.
Sorry, Trev. That was a great goal.
16-28. 16-28.
It was. I mean, it was. I mean, those are, but it's offside.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a heck of a challenge by the Minnesota Wild. I mean, because that skate's in the air, from different angles, it can appear as if, okay, the heel's still, it's in the air, but it's on the blue line.
We made a mistake. Yeah, no, sorry, we made a mistake. We should have never, ever asked for offside reviews. We should have just allowed us to sit in the wrongness and how wrong a call was. Dude, I grew up with no offside reviews, and every now and then, they made the highlights. The next morning, oh, see, this was actually offside and it should have got called back. And I gotta be honest, no one really cared, because usually the offsides were so minuscule, people went, because unless we're talking about the goal line, the lines in hockey don't matter that much. What? That's ridiculous, you say to yourself. Steve, what are you talking about, yeah? You know how many icings there should be in a game? The answer is never less than 50. The percentage of guys who actually gain the center ice line before firing the thing in is 2. If you see a guy approaching the center ice line and he's about to dump it in, and that guy's age starts with a 3, there is a 0% chance he actually gained the line. But none of us care, because we're like, he was close. We understand the spirit of what he was doing. And now there's this trend of wasting time. All right, we've used up the maximum amount of time. Now we're gonna take a timeout so that we can review it even further. And if we deem it necessary, we're going to then challenge. So you have a delay, followed by a delay, followed by a delay. When we should all just be celebrating Trevor's secret! Boo! Boo to all of it. That's a dang it. Anyway, let's get back to good old-fashioned goalies messing up. Hey, Varlamov, play to the whistle.
Panarin with a shot. Save Varlamov. The rebound. Trocheck scores! Vincent Trocheck. It's a power play goal. Rangers lead 3-1.
Like Varlamov had it in his glove and he dropped it. His catching glove. This shot goes through. Looks like he has it, and then he loses control. It looked like he relaxed a little bit, thinking he had it in his glove. Here comes the shot again. He's got it. Loses it, and Trocheck jumps on top of it, takes his time on the backhand, and gives the Rangers a 2-goal lead.
His third power play goal.
Oh, the hurricane of emotion. Hey! He thought he had it, he realized he didn't have it, and then he didn't have it. That's a dang it. For next dang it, it's never good when you get clowned on by the social team. The Penguins score this goal, and then their social team just released the caption, "Hey, we'll take it." Let's take a look at the goal that they'll take.
Tough angle shot. Kemper looked behind him. It's in. Penguins score. They've been looking to bank it in off the goaltender throughout this game. Hard work down low. And the Penguins strike first as Zucker celebrates with his teammates.
Kemper was down, got back to his feet, and then he just drops right down again. And it just finds its way to the back of the net.
Looked like Kemper may have knocked it in with his skate.
That's it.
Yeah, he went to react to Raquel looking for that loose puck. And
okay, anyone watching this, have you ever wore a full set of goalie equipment? You can't feel anything, you can't see anything, and those are two extremely important things for a goalie to be able to do. Darcy Kemper felt this just enough to be like, I made a save at some point along the line, but now I don't know what to do. And he's just stuck there like a kid in a snowsuit that's too big. But unfortunately, Darcy Kemper was beaten by an easy tap-in from Darcy Kemper. That's a dang. Well, I spent most of that break. Well, actually, perhaps I should introduce the program you're watching. Welcome back to Watch Hockey in Canada with Steve Dangle, presented by Coca-Cola. And Coca-Cola is lovely. You know what wasn't lovely? That first period. And To give you an idea of where Leafs Nation's heads are at, I spent almost that entire time laughing at a tweet from a Leafs fan that I can't even read on this show. So people are handling it well. Really, really well. The Canucks are up 2-0 right now. Could honestly be up more. It's not great, Bob. First one comes off a shot from Luke Shen. Of course it did. Tipped by Bo Horvat. Then Michael Bunting takes a penalty interference on JT Miller. And guess what? Not very far into that power play, JT Miller scores with an absolute snipe. We are going to be returning to the second period shortly. No players are on the ice just yet. They're coming out now. We can go to the questions from producer Rob. Landon, will Matthews pick it up tonight? How do I put this? There are guys in this team who need to perform despite everything. You know, they played last night. I don't care. Your line mates changed. I don't care. And there's a few guys that make that kind of money. Marner, Matthews, Tavares, they all make I don't care money. Not that they don't care, but I'm saying you throw this obstacle, that one. I don't care. Figure it out. And you can throw Willie into that conversation too. Sheldon Keefe and Kyle Dubas, I think it's assumed that they agree on everything. And based on what we've seen out of this lineup so far this season, based on what we've seen from Sheldon Keefe in terms of lineup decisions and the blender, and we even saw some of that on D in the first period. He had Ben with Hall, then he switched it to Giordano with Hall, Ben with Sandin. I don't think these guys are on the same page right now, to be totally honest. I still think Keefe is Dubas's guy and Dubas is Keefe's guy. So I know your question was about Austin Matthews specifically. He needs to pick it up in the second period, and I don't care what the situation around him is. But there are very obviously flaws in this lineup that are making it difficult for this team's best players to be the best versions of themselves. Second period coming at you. Can we sneak one more in? Steven, thoughts so far on the tightness in the Eastern Conference? Honestly, it's good. Last year kind of sucked. I'm not going to lie. All the playoff spots were decided by like Valentine's Day. And it was just a matter of who ended up where. But we already knew who was and wasn't going to make it. Now Detroit is a factor. The Islanders are back involved. Buffalo is excellent. Ottawa is struggling, but no one would be surprised if they picked it up. It was too much of a have and have not conference last year, and this is better. Nylander, aggressive off the opening draw. Oh, rebound! Leafs couldn't get it to the point there. Jordy Ben out there with Morgan Riley to start the second period. So yet again, another change for Sheldon Keefe. Dude, I don't think that's a coach trying to send a message to his team. I think that's a coach who really doesn't like the mix, man. I don't think he likes his lineup right now.
In his career. When Hughes moved up, played past him by Matthews, who kicks it ahead, but that attack stopped by Connor Garland. And play called. You like perseverance. We see it a lot. I mean, Martin's a kid, not a youngster, 27 years old, played 198 games in the American Hockey League.
Spencer Martin, 3-0-1 with a 3.54 goals against. The Canucks have had some pretty exciting games this year, man. and the Leafs will head to the power play. What happened here?
Trying to get going. There's just a little tap into the hands, and Hughes trying to get back.
Was it the hook on Matthews?
Good job standing up at the line, not allowing an entry.
We've seen 3 penalties in this game, and you could honestly argue that none of them should have been called. That's going both ways.
Leafs 7th in the league on the power play coming into the game. Here's Matthews in. Over to
There's
Tavares.
Matthews. Gets the entrance.
Gives it back to
Tavares
Riley and across
keeps it
to
alive.
Nylander.
Leafs get
That's
set
the
up.
power play
Away
goal
we
last
go.
night. Marner
Early
grabs
power
the
play goal would be a great way to get back into this game.
And it's Riley back to Marner.
Marner
Into
with
the
it.
slot,
Tavares! Oh, that was a good look. That was a
Horvat
good look, but the Canucks
You saw that rotation there.
gather it
Matthews coming
and
down, he
get
had
rid
his
of it.
stick tickling the
That was a
rafters.
good
He
look.
wanted that pass from Marner,
Good
didn't
look.
get it, and then rotated to the front, and that
First
little
unit
down
still
low
out
to the
there.
high slot, something Tavares has been able to capitalize on. That was another good save by Martin on Tavares.
Tavares with
Marner
5
gets the
power play
entry.
goals already this season. Riley across, the captain's got it down
Leafs
low, and
reloading a little differently.
Tavares had trouble with that.
Standing in different positions. Tavares battling for it. He wins it. Matthews alone, and he snipes it. Ew! Wow! This guy's got a despicable shot.
And a good job of Tavares
Ugh.
and Marner tagging.
The Maple Leafs are back in this thing. Less than 2 minutes into the second period. What I tell you.
He didn't get it this time.
Holy. So Marner sends this to Tavares. He bobbles it, but he finds a way to get it to Marner, who off balance fires it tape to tape to Matthews. Look at this. Look at this. Gross that Matthews is able to settle that and just friggin' rip the thing top corner. Borja likes it.
Number 7 on the year.
I like it. The fans like it. Who doesn't like that? Leafs now within 1. It's a 2-1 game. Oh, rebound in front.
20 career games. Stanika redlining in for the Canucks. Kick back to Oman, who unable to come up with that. Now sweeps it into the
Marner's
corner.
taken a lot of grief this season, and a bunch of it is deserved, but you can't deny
Leafs ahead.
the dude is a magician offensively. Like, who can pull off a pass like that? That should have gone way out of the zone and into the corner. Are the Leafs going to get a penalty out of that? No. Okay, cool. Good. Glad. Not that I thought it was going to be a penalty.
Opening period, and the Leafs with an
Anyway.
answer now with 14 power play goals on the season.
All right, well, pretty bad start to the game, but an excellent start to the second period there for the Leafs. This is how you get back.
Down into the Vancouver zone. The former Oakville Ranger, Spencer Martin, plays it ahead. And
Spencer Martin, that was a good pass.
with some speed.
Oh!
Caught by Dahlgren.
Oh, you can't let Soup score. No. Or Cobra, sorry. Campbell screwed that nickname up.
Last year in his 21-goal season. Using that speed to
Cobra was a
cut
better
in.
nickname.
Pass now for Riley Stillman. Doesn't work. Sent
It's a
ahead
better
to Miller.
catchphrase than a nickname.
Gives T. Miller
Ooh, Besser holds the zone.
Besser takes Liljegren to the boards
Canucks
in the
missed
corner.
him pretty dearly.
Miller fencing there, but Morgan wins the battle, and Leafs play it back to
Sandy, well, I don't know about that.
Now are able to dump it out to center
The
ice.
Leafs do get it out. This has been a big problem for the Leafs, is their breakouts from their D have not been great, and it's really, really affected their offense. I know people are going to want a big defensive stalwart, and maybe they could use one of those too, but they need a guy who can move the puck up the ice. Malgin to a wide open Connor Garland, unfortunately. And the Canucks working the point. Leafs hemmed in a little bit here. Shelgren with the save. Looked like the Leafs were mid-line change.
And so Austin Matthews continues
Not a great shift
torrid streak against
after a pretty
Vancouver.
good start to the second because of that guy.
When you look at against the Canucks, Mario and
Highest
Phil Esposito,
goals
the
per
only one
game
bigger,
versus the Canucks all
18
time.
goals in those 20 games.
Who
This-
knew this was a thing? Thought to look it up?
Last year, through
That is
15 games,
wild.
7 goals this year came into this.
How is
one
Phil
with
Esposito
6,
first?
So I like the way he's handled
Okay,
the pressure of not
sure.
scoring at a real clip early. He hasn't
Leafs
been
in
panicking
deep.
at all.
Riley going in deep.
Back to Tavares.
Tavares at the point. Fires it on, but it comes straight out, and the Canucks will attack with numbers. Pedersen with it. He gets it deep. Leafs will go out with it. Got a bit of a derby going on here. Tavares now up front, battling along the boards. His bread and butter gets picked off though, and here come the Canucks. Kuzmenko bobbles it a little bit, but maintains possession. Matthews is able to steal it off him, but Tyler Myers stops the exit.
Good stick battle where you don't get the hook up in and take a penalty. Instead, kept the stick down and was able to win.
Yeah, I don't know about that breakout pass. The Leafs didn't seem ready for it, but it's Matthews with it. I suppose you can't make a bad pass to him, can you? Marner, good read.
With Matthews, as Sheldon Keefe loads it up a bit.
Willie gets it to Marner at the point. Matthews still out there, shoots. Stopped by Spencer Martin.
Download the BetMGM app and play with the king of sportsbooks and casinos.
Well, calling all soccer fans, get exclusive player interviews, insights.
Watch Hockey Night in Canada.
On and off the field, stream Soccer North.
Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Someone tweeted at me. You know who can move the puck? Ethan Bear. Yeah, he was available. Canucks were willing to give up the pick. Leafs weren't, as the story goes.
On the draw,
Probably could have used them.
Besser playing it to the boards. Matthews for Nylander. Michael Bunting in front. Bunting picks
I don't know where that would have left Rasmus Sandin with the organization, though. Willie was wide open.
Matthews again. Bottled up along the boards by Stillman.
Bunting digs it out. Unfortunately, digs it out a little too much.
First look to see if there's anyone to pass to. That's a tough shot to try to beat a goaltender one-on-one. And
now he's in the corner.
There, he finally ended up putting it towards the net.
Engvall put it right on.
Leafs fired it on. Oh!
Justin Hall moving up to
the depth played a little trick. Definitely thought that was loose next to the net. Engvall. Oh, good move! Battle in front.
Hall moves up.
Hall doing a flyby.
Takes a lap. Puts it towards the net. Martin down.
Oh, rebound! Oh, where is it? Loose! It is loose! Yarncroke! Oh, he can't bury it! At the side of the net. Rebound again! Engvall with a tap-in! Scores! Pierre Engvall! Rough start to the game. And they tie it on the ice for the first goal against. On the ice for the tying goal. And goodness me, with 13 and a half minutes to go in the second, the Leafs already erase a 2-goal deficit. The Canucks absolutely reeling. And anyone see who was trying to play goalie there for Spencer Martin? Did anyone see that? No one? So can I just... Okay. That was a good job. I had to put on my... I already got a text from someone. Just LMAO at Miller. Listen. You all be petty. You all be petty. I'm not even gonna bring any of that up. I'm not gonna bring any of that up. All I know is Pierre Engvall scored. Leafs tie it, and there is lots of time left in this game. What a game. Leafs might not be done. Great shift there from the fourth line, who badly needed it. Aston Reese got it loose to Malgin there. Malgin tried to find Aston Reese behind the net, but he wasn't there anymore. Sandin, that's a good read. Kampf wanted Malgin there, couldn't find him. Liljegren and Sandin together, finally. I'm not sure I love Riley with Ben, but I do love those two playing together. And more importantly, it allows Sandin to play the left. Ooh, watch it. Canucks almost squirt loose there.
come back with an extended shift to the Vancouver zone.
Yeah, there's your third and fourth lines, getting the crowd into this game. And
Watch Hockey Night in Canada with Steve Dangle, presented by Coca-Cola. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. We got a game here in Toronto. Leafs versus Canucks was 2-0 Canucks. It is now tied 2-2. Still less than halfway through this through regulation.
Unable to get away at center. Tyler Myers hooks it to Pettersson, and Oaklander's going to get to the
Oh, you got to watch the man. Watch the man.
Elias Pettersson.
Jordy Ben into the corner there.
Myers at the line. Canucks scored the first
Leafs
two,
not
and
really
they
aggressive
open
there on the
period
point
leads.
again. Canucks
Have
get
two
it
in
deep,
period
and they get
two.
possession.
Ekman-Larsson for
Get in there,
Myers,
Kerf.
and Pettersson looking to tip that in tight. Now out for Tavares. Kerfoot breaking.
Leafs able to get it out. Oh, Kerf.
And bumped along the boards by Myers.
Oh, Kerf.
Now Vancouver back. A pass across out of the reach of Hoglander.
Justin Hall, stretch pass, finds a Canuck.
Kuzmenko lifted his skeet, let that one slide down. He'll head to the bench on a
Oh!
Vancouver change.
Yeah, Hall saw what we all saw. Gets it to Willie, who got it to Bunting. Can't get a shot off, but at least holds on to it for the time being. Yeah, they keep it alive. Matthews battling in there. He tried to throw it in front, didn't see a path. Oh, Giordano. That was a bouncing puck. Are they on? They just went offside. That was close.
So the Leafs battling back from 2 down. Matthews gets it started, and there's Engvall with the equalizer.
How about Pierre Engvall? Dropping to the knee and all. I'd say that was unnecessary, but he's also 6.5. Shoo! Watch Hockey Night in Canada with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends that it was 2-0 and the Canucks blow a 2-0 lead. Alameo. Really appreciate that. Man, this Leafs team is an adventure. Never a dull night with these guys. You do got to give them that. Man. For some reason, I know a lot of people at this game. I got a question for the chat. I'll throw a question to you. How many of you have been to a Leaf game this year? I haven't been to one. I can't go to any Saturday night games because I'm doing these streams. I haven't been to any weeknight games, though. Last year, I only went to 2. And they weren't even good. I went to, what game did I see? Remember when the Leafs won 14 out of 16 in November? Yeah, I went to one of the 2 they lost against the LA Kings. Trevor Moore scored against his former team, of course. And then I went to the last game of the season where the Leafs did beat the Bruins, but like none of their regulars were in the lineup. Matthews wasn't dressed. Tavares, I don't remember if Marner was there. I can't remember if Willie was there. Like a lot of... No, Willie got 2 goals, I think. But I want to know if you've been to a game. I know someone who was at the game yesterday. For some reason, I know a ton of people who are there tonight. And I'm you know what? I'm starting to get a little jealous. I'm a little bit jealous.
Line got a little bit of energy back into this building. Now, if you're the Canucks,
Still not even halfway through this game.
Got to start all over again and start to get some energy back into your game offensively. They've been on their heels so far in this period.
Leafs, I don't want to jinx it or anything. They've been doing a better job of preventing the Canucks from hemming them in their own zone. Ilya Mikheyev, I think the team misses his speed a little bit. Just a hard-working play, starts things off, and that's how the Canucks are in this position right now. But the Leafs get the exit. Willie wants to find his friend, and he found him! Oh, stopped by Martin. And there's Willie on the back check. He's City TV everywhere. Matthews finds Willie. Oh, I miss watching these two play together. Oh. Willie sauce pass to Riley, who puts it on. Rebound! Jordy! Ben! Get out of here! No way! Absolutely no way! Goal a game player, Jordy Ben? Are you actually kidding me? Are you actually serious? And exactly halfway through the game, a game that the Leafs were losing 2-0, the Leafs take the 3-2 lead over the Vancouver Canucks of his first as a Leaf from Jordy Ben. The Canucks are starting to fall apart defensively. Matthews was let in all alone. Leafs keep it. They fire it on, and there he is with the tap-in, number 18. Jordy Ben. Goal suck. Absolute goal suck, Jordy Ben. I can't hear the broadcast. Have they talked about when his last goal was? I gotta look that up right now. Not yet? Let me look it up. He did have a goal last year with the Minnesota Wild. And we got a timeout here from Boost Boudreau. Now, guys, I know I cheered for these guys growing up, and I know that I have kind of publicly cheered for them, like, very recently, okay? But you're going to get me friggin' fired if you don't pick it up and do some of the things that I tell you to do. Mike Green, ever heard of him? Nick Backstrom, huh? Alexander Ovechkin? You wouldn't know about any of them if it wasn't for me. So get out there and play hockey.
First goal for Jordy Ben since last January, and that was against another former team, the Montreal
Shout out to the
Canadiens.
production team for getting that live feed.
The Canucks here to give his new team the lead, and that deflects.
As if Jordy Ben.
Come
on, man. That's, I love it. Who doesn't love sports? What a goof. Imagine not loving sports. You're a goof.
Jordy Ben to get that against his old team. There's the puck going.
Jordy Ben. Look at him. Look at him. Look at his face. Even he thinks it's silly. Matthews loves it. Oh, nothing. And I mean nothing. Gets a team fired up. More than a player scoring who shouldn't. Absolutely nothing. Oh my goodness. Producer Rob, who has been to a Leaf game this year? Only 10% of you said yes. Only 10% of the chat has been to a Leaf game this year. 83% said no, and 7%, I should say, said going soon. I would like to go soon. I want to take my kid to a Leaf game, but the times just don't really line up. Once he drops that nap, oh, we're getting him in. But actually, I want to know the any of the parents who are in the chat. Am I wrong here in not wanting to take my son to his first Leaf game until he's old enough to kind of remember it? You know what I mean? My first Leaf game, I was 5. I was almost 6. It was February 1994. This is making me sound old. Actually, where's the ticket stub? Yeah, there it is right there. I got a collection of my ticket stubs behind the camera. Maybe I'll show you later. I'll have to go get it out of the frame. But I remember it. I don't remember a ton about it. I know the Leafs lost, but I still have this souvenir stick that my uncle got me. I remember it being the only game where I got to watch my childhood idol Felix Potvin in net. I saw the Leafs play a bunch of times, but they were backup games. I saw a Glenn Healy game that they won, and I saw Marcel Cousineau's first and only career NHL shutout against the New York Islanders with my mom.
2 in the first for Vancouver, 3 straight for.
Anyway, all that to say, I want him to remember his first Leaf game. Okay, bunting on Miller was interference earlier in the game. That's not? Those were pretty similar things that just happened, right? Okay. I mean, in fairness, I didn't think you should have called the first one. Noted goal scorer, Jordy Ben.
Admitted the other day that he prefers the wing, but they were hoping that he
Watch Hockey Night in Canada with Steve Dangle,
center, but right now,
where truly silly things happen. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Engvall in a foot race loses it, but not by much.
puck pulls in, and there's
Jordy Ben, end to end, go, end to end.
Goal for Toronto. Ben feeding it ahead.
He's a little
towards
stretch pass.
Tavares.
Doesn't really work out.
Nils Hoglander will duck the check to Ben. Tried to get it back, but that pass doesn't work, and Marner's got it for the Leafs.
Jordy is spelled J-O-R-R.
Sends it into the Leaf bench.
D-I-E. Unreal. Unreal. I saw him wide open. I saw that his number was 18.
Kyle was talking about the
And my mind
5-on-5 offense, and that's
raced.
now just the
You should have heard
27th
the
goal
hamsters going absolutely
Toronto
nuts
Maple Leafs 5-on-5 in
for that
16
split second
games.
going,
For reference,
who
the Canucks
is
have 32
18?
already, and this is a team that
Who
last year
is-
was second
Who
in
was the
National
last
Hockey
Leaf to
League
wear 18?
goals for this year? Toronto came into this game 24th, so it's
Can't
definitely
even-
something that's got to find
Doesn't
its
matter.
way to become a little bit
Jordy
more
Ben.
scoring even strength.
Absolutely fantastic.
Leafs win a defensive zone face-off.
Whoa!
Ethan
Who was
Bear
that? Kerfoot getting stood up at the point? That was a big hit.
Loose puck, and Pettersson
He gets right back up,
to Bear
though.
out of his reach, and he'll have to go back
Who
and
was
get
that
it.
who laid him out? Is that Ethan Bear? Yeah,
Riley and Nylander, the assist
looks
on
like
the
it.
Jordy Ben goal at 10:01.
That was a big hit from
of his
Ethan
second
Bear.
period. Nils Amon written off by Tavares.
Oh, Tavares rides out his guy.
Round it comes to the
Oh,
near side.
he didn't know
Marner
he
with
had
the
as much time as he
redirect.
did. That was
That
not a
was
good
picked
pass
off
from the
by
captain.
Stamika.
He's got the Leafs hemmed in a little bit here.
Draft choice a few years back out on the ice.
But the Leafs get out of trouble. I didn't want to speak too
Tavares to
soon.
Marner, and he plays that from his skates.
And they get the
Down
puck
into the
deep.
Canuck zone. Along the boards, Joshua Tavares battled for it. Now
Leafs will go for a line change as
the
Quinn
captain
Hughes
heads
takes
to
it
the
up
bench
ice.
as Quinn Hughes took charge. Nils Amon over the line. Timothy Liljegren had a pair of
Hard to
goals.
believe this is the Leaf team that we saw in the first period.
Against
Really.
Vegas. Jordy Ben now the fourth Leaf goal.
Although the
by
Canucks have it in the offensive zone right now. Unguarded at the point, which that's familiar from the first period. Rebound, also familiar. But the Leafs get it out. Sandin flying up the ice, shoots it on. And I think content with just getting the offensive zone draw. I don't mind that play at all. That's a good play from Rasmus.
In the offensive zone, get
Yeah,
bodies
that
in
was a
front
bit of a
the
tough
net.
shift.
Here's the good heads-up play by Ekman Larsson. And
Ekman
for a
Larsson
second,
put it on.
Besser
It went
had
off
no
a
idea
bunch
where
of
the puck was.
everything.
Tried to turn Matthews
Brock
able to
Besser
clear it, and then
almost
back
scoring,
the
and
other way quickly
Matthews
in transition.
flicks it away from his
Trying to
team
pile some shifts up
USA
together
teammate.
here,
Almost
the
said
Vancouver
Canada.
Canucks
I
to
wish.
get some offensive zone time. Besser still
Listen,
looking
I love the
desperately to
Canadian
get
hockey
his
players.
first
But
goal
like,
of the season in his
game
9th
recognized
league.
game. Matthews and Besser are pretty good. I don't feel bad saying that. Engvall kicked out of the face-off dot. The Canucks win it.
Game here in Toronto, a 6-4 win. The Leafs
Ooh.
came back from a deficit.
Not able to get it out. Robertson!
Holds on to that.
Not the best angle,
Cooper that scored
but he
three
gets a
straight
shot on.
to win it.
And the Leafs will get another draw here. Do they keep the fourth line out? Because it was a pretty short shift. It looks like they will.
Creates a turnover and creates a chance. And
I love
he and
Robbie.
Shen have played the lion's share on the back end. Quinn Hughes over almost 12 minutes at this point.
Leafs win a draw. Ben to Riley.
Oh, Jordy Ben on the ice.
Deep. Yarncroke took
Look
it
out,
to
Vancouver.
Robertson.
Is that not interference from Luke Chen? Yarncroke didn't have it. Riley puts it on.
Off target. Garland against Robertson, who got there first.
Good effort from Robertson.
Whistle
Stops
for
up.
another check.
His
Riley's
puck
the
control has
man,
gotten
and
much better, I've
that
noticed.
putt Colson. Kelly Yarncroke for Engvall.
Yarncroke working it around. This fourth line looked completely lost in the first, but they've kind of found it here in the second, which has flown by now. 6.5 minutes to go. Jordy Ben. Oh, Canucks mid-line change. Leafs take advantage so that they can dump it and get a line change of their own. Stillman puts it deep. Uh-oh, puck gets away from the Leafs a little bit. Some of the Canucks big boys on the ice. Dangerous, dangerous. Canucks working it around the blue line, which is their game plan. Shelgren came off the post. Don't do that. Covers the puck. That'll do.
So
That
just
will
under 6
do.
minutes remaining.
Looks like we're heading to TV timeout right now.
Family prior to the
Jordy
game.
Ben snapping the pick before the game, and he said, I'm going to score a goal for you.
Here in the second.
And then he did. Watch Hockey Night in Canada with Steve Dangle, presented by Coca-Cola. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Look at that. There's magic when we cheer together. There's magic when we don't give up on the team just because they're down 2-0. And there is magic coming off of the stick of Jordy Ben. Oh, Thomas McCutcheon on Twitter. How do you know this? How do you know this? Hey, Steve Dangle, the last Leaf to wear 18 was Michael Amadio. And he also has an opinion on, basically he's saying don't take a 2-year-old to a Leaf game, which, fair enough. Maybe I'll take him to Oshawa Generals or something out here, because I'm an Ajax these days. Michael Amadio. Last Leaf to wear 18. Michael Amadio, now a Vegas Golden Knights legend. Didn't he score against the Leafs? I think in that first game. Boo. Oh, what a fantastic hockey game. You know, I feel like we needed this. Not the Leafs, not the Canucks, just us as a community, us who do these streams and watch these streams. Because last year, our first full season doing these streams, we had some truly, truly preposterous games. Every week there was a comeback or a blown lead or something. Check out young Morgan Riley. He looks the exact same, eh? That guy looks like the exact same guy. Morgan Riley was born 42 years old. He's just an old soul.
For sure, and that shot getting through. Pedersen around the net.
Canucks working it around. Shelgren spent a lot of time just protecting that post in the last few minutes. The Canucks are starting to answer back a bit. Here they come again. You got to win that foot race. Oh, Pedersen gets around Hall. Hall, got to be careful not to take the penalty. Looks like he avoids it. And the Leafs, oh boy, a little scrambly, but they get out and David Kampf with it. Tries to find Aston Reese. Does. Canucks pinch him. Sorry, producer Rob just texted me. Jordy Ben's nickname is Darth? Do we know why? Which Darth? There are so many. Like the most famous one? Maul? Perhaps Sidious? I can't think of another Darth. Can you guys? Chat, can you think of another Darth? Yeah, producer Soup. Darth Maul is the most famous Darth. Oh, like from Wayne's World? I don't know. I don't get it. Leafs break it out. There was a Leaf who had the nickname Darth. It was Martin Gerber, who was also named after Darth Maul. We don't know why, says producer Rob. It's just Darth. Okay.
You see the change there. It was a dump in from outside of the red line, and so Ben can't
What's
make
going
the
on?
change. Riley
Why is
can't
the ref
come
yelling?
on. He and Sandin
Don't yell at my team!
have to go back. It allows them a little
That's
time
mean.
to catch their
How dare you?
breath, though, because of the no stick for Jordy Ben, he had to go back and get a new one.
Who is Darth Vader?
Played a year and a half in Vancouver, 75 games.
Everyone's saying Darth Vader. I
As
don't.
a member of the Canucks.
I'm not aware. I don't know who that is. I don't know what you're talking about.
Here's Mitch Marner, rink wide, and Jordy Ben on the attack again, and fires it right on.
Is it because Jordy Ben's stick is double-sided?
Hey, goal
Is
goes
that?
to your legs, goes to your hands.
Does
goes
he
to
like
your
red
head,
face
and,
paint?
you know, he's just
Does he have
playing
horns?
might
I don't
as
get
well
it.
Jump up and join
get
in.
it.
You know, it's been really difficult for the Vancouver
I've
Canucks
only
to
seen
get
the prequels.
defense activated and try to pinch to keep plays
Sorry, I'm
alive.
just trying to say as many things to piss off Star Wars fans as I can.
And a lot of stretch passes Canucks have created chances, and there's at the other end.
Producer Soup is just he's moving furniture at the Sportsnet studios right now. Leafs put it on Matthews. If that went in, he should be like in just examine my aliens or something. I don't even. Willie Nylander, not a great pass. Oh, and the Leafs were changing lines. They escape disaster there, but the Canucks still have it. Oh, boy. I'm going to say demonic. That was a demonic bounce. I am saying it. And Boo Earns. And the Canucks! Oh, Connor Garland's been dangerous all night. Oh, Canucks hold the line. Oh, that's a gift. Oh, the Leafs got to get this out. And they do. And here they come on the counterattack as they get reinforcements over the boards. Engvall using his size. Attaboy, big fella. Into the corner. Shifty from Yarncroke. Loses it. Engvall able to recover. Pedersen flattens him. Just a couple Swedes battling along the boards. Nick Robertson, I gotta say, playing with a confidence I haven't seen for at least a couple weeks. Stillman steps up on Yarncroke, who bounces right back. This is an entertaining hockey game, man. Oh! Shellgren waited that out. Almost a breakaway for Brock Besser. I gotta say, he's taking a lot of criticism, but not a lot of third stringers would sit in their net and wait for that one.
Back behind the Leaf net with 2 minutes left in the second. Good box out by Sandin there as Mikheyev.
Leafs have crawled back from a 2-0 deficit to take the 3-2 lead, but the Canucks are starting to really bring it. Stillman with his second hit of the shift. This fourth line has been out there for an eternity. Leafs got to get new bodies over the boards. Just go. Malgin will apply pressure at very least as the Leafs try to get new bodies.
Up at center and Garland able to tap that down. After it goes
Jordy Ben in a battle with Bo Horvat.
Horvat comes up with a puck
and Horvat comes up with it. A little help from his teammate there.
Back to the line for Shen.
Leafs pressure the point.
Use in front, another Horvat.
Oh, big tip from Horvat. He stopped, but he draws the call. Or the Canucks do at very least, and the Leafs will be heading to the penalty kill.
I mean, Horvat came in and just was relentless on the forecheck, kept the play alive instead of an easy exit.
Let's see what happened here. Not a great shift for the Leafs. Tavares. Was it that?
From this position, now you get some chaos in front. And Jordy Ben's the one
I think it might be Jordy Ben going off.
A little bit losing body position. All Hughes is trying to do there, he sees all the traffic, and you can see the end result.
Leafs getting pretty lucky there on that shift. Yeah, Jordy Ben will be going off for interference. I thought so.
1 for 1 on the night.
And the Leafs have a minute 18.
Pair of wins last year.
What a momentum changer a goal here could be for the
a minute 18 of the second period to kill to at least get to intermission with the lead. I think it all starts there. Oh, Canucks with a happy accident there. Pedersen able to get it to the point. And clear. 1 minute to go in the second period.
He's expecting you to be a little bit patient and not come, and instead that aggressive move.
Apparently I ruined the chat by saying Darth Maul was the most famous Darth.
Hughes 8th in scoring among NHL defensemen. Played it to the far side. Yarncroke is there for Toronto. And out
I'm not sorry.
Neatly by Giordano, and Kerfoot will pump it down into the
Kerfoot does a good job to waste as much time as possible there. That was good.
Back in is Besser.
Under 30 seconds to kill here in the second period. Kerfoot almost getting that. He did get a piece of it, but the Canucks have it, and they're working it around. The Leafs stacking up a little too much. Oh! Shellgren with that Stretch Armstrong groin. Oh, boy.
With a chance to
Oh, you see the body language there.
get it away, and Marner,
The Canucks really had a couple opportunities there,
and the period will come to a close.
but they couldn't execute. The Leafs, with a second period for the ages, down 2-0 when the period began, up 3-2 at the period's end. Unfortunately, they'll begin the third period on the penalty kill, but they'll also begin it with the lead. Watch Hockey Night in Canada with Steve Dangle, presented by Coca-Cola. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. A reminder for the contest from Coca-Cola, they will give you a $350 either Visa or MasterCard gift card if you use the code word dinner. Where? Do I just shout it into the universe? No. Sportsnet.ca/magic moments. That is sportsnet.ca/magic moments. You want to see some highlights? I bet you do. Because the highlights from this period are actually highlights, not lowlights. Let's go. That was a solid start to the second period. Ideally, a sign of things to come. Tavares battles Matthews, the most hilariously wide open he's ever been in his entire career. Look at this pass from Marner, though. This should not get through. This pass just shouldn't be. He does that on one foot, like half-heartedly. If this pass sails by Matthews, we all criticize Marner for being too casual. But somehow he finds Matthews perfectly on his tape and he rips it. Then a great shift to follow it up. Yarncroke. I can't believe Yarncroke didn't score right there. Leafs continue to work it around. And I never even noticed Bunting flat on his back at the end of it. Look at him. Watch 58. Watch 58. Attaboy, JT. Get down in the butterfly, JT. Attaboy, bud. Selke finalist JT Miller in there. Puck squirts loose to Pierre Engvall, who buries it. He's got to get going. And Jordy Ben, the bounce off the boards, and Matthews celebrated that harder than any goal he ever scored himself. Engvall tipped that wide. I don't know if he officially got an assist on that, but he probably should. Jordy frickin' Ben puts the Leafs up 3-2. And that was the final score at intermission. That was a chance for Matthews. If that went in, I would have lost my mind. But then final 5 minutes or so of the second period, the Canucks really start to give it back. They're hammering the Leafs with hits. They're getting all sorts of chances, all sorts of shot attempts. They're whiffing on some. The Leafs are blocking some. And Källgren is stopping some. The Leafs with a once... I can't believe that one didn't go in from Bo Horvat. The Leafs with a once pretty decent lead in shots. Watch that slowly evaporate almost entirely by period's end. But they survive, and they go to intermission up 3-2, even though they have to kill the final bit of that Jordy Ben penalty at the beginning of the third. All right, everyone. Get some refreshment, refuel. Coca-Cola, if I may suggest, for the third period. Your second intermission entertainment here on Watch Hockey Night in Canada with Steve Dangle, presented by Coca-Cola, is a little bit more of Steve's Dangets. Enjoy. For our next Dang It, I always cherish the opportunity to get to say this. If you're a goaltender, tend the goal!
The year, so Appleton, a guy who doesn't necessarily play top 6 minutes, getting a terrific assignment. And what a terrific look that was, his fourth helper. And then it's coughed up and scored by Dubois. Scott Wedgwood turned it over behind the net, couldn't get back in front.
Again, a puck up on end, and it's just E41 in behind the net that leads to a mad scramble. I think it actually went off of Esa Lindell back out in front of the net. Sticks were involved. Yikes, what do you do? And as he's trying to clear him, caromed it off his own guy, Glendening.
Scott, Scott, you know, sometimes I get chirped for the if you're a goaltender, tend the goal. And then plays like this happen. Yeah? What was happening here? Was he helping his team with the exit? Was he advancing the puck up the ice? Was he making his defender's job easier? No, he was just giving up an easy goal. Stay in your nets. Those plays are designed for situations of minimal danger, not when every player on the ice is in the zone. That's a dang it. So is this one from John Gibson.
Never won a Stanley Cup. Been bounced in the first round in their last 6 playoff appearances. This one right to the front, and Gibson can't come up with it. The Wild add on another. Joseph Cramarosa had that one come off the end boards, and an open net to shoot at, and the former Duck doesn't miss.
Going away with a game that's not a one-goal game, or similar to last night being, a late goal by the LA Kings, and this one had eyes. I mean, there wasn't much of an angle. You can see the goaltender plays it, just a bounce off the boards, off the back of the net, and then into the front or to the side. And Cramarosa just jams it home on the short side.
Okay, whoa. Flag on the play. No, because we gotta watch this again. Listen very closely. Listen to the defender calling for it.
Stanley Cup. Been bounced in the first round in their last 6 playoff appearances. This one right to the front, and Gibson can't come up with it.
I'm not gonna lie, I think John Gibson did his job here. He left his net in a relatively minimal threat situation. He listened to his defender, passed it to the defender pretty cleanly, and they gave it up. No, he was not tending the goal when it happened, but if you're going to play the puck, yeah, there's a risk of that. A risk that you are willing to take on because you trust your guys. This is a rare instance where I don't think it's the goalie's fault, but it's still a dang it. This one, though, from another goalie wearing orange, Karel Vejmelka, this is an all-timer.
In his career, it was those back-to-back games in last March. Giveaway, and it's Ben! A gift-wrapped goal for the Stars captain. His first of the season on a silver platter, and it's a half dozen.
Jamie's celebration, or lack thereof, was striking on this. Just, if the giveaways in the first period were cadaverous, I don't know what this is. When you're the goaltender, you can't turn it over when you're miles away from your own net.
Honestly, dude, like, if you have to hold on to it for more than a second, just dump it behind the net and bail. He gives it straight to Jamie Benn! Vejmelka for sure has Ben in his pool. What is that? And it's not just the play itself that makes it a dang it, it's the slide of shame. Like Homer Simpson and the barbecue that never was. It's still good, it's in the back of the net. It's a dang it. Don't. Simply don't. Bedard's gonna look sick in Arizona, though. Actually, well, the Coyotes actually have a very tough race this year to get Connor Bedard. Dare I say, they're winning far too much to even be considered for Connor Bedard. The Vancouver Canucks, however, are right in that race, and can I just say, JT Miller is shocking.
Quick shift inside the line, trying to send one across, broken up by Miller. Now he scored! Done! Miller tried to move the puck, it was taken away. And Kirby Dach makes it 3-0 Montreal.
That's JT Miller. It's keep talking about the system and the little things and make a safe play. Here's a long pass. The Canucks are in good position. JT Miller picks it off. Okay, make a safe play. Where are you going? Why not use the boards? Instead of going up the middle, use the boards. Lots of room up the boards, and instead, and Thatcher Demko doesn't even have time to get set. Use the boards. Kirby Dach just slides it. You can see Thatcher Demko's reaction.
Dude, listen, if you're paying attention to, like, just points, if all you're doing is looking at those stats, you'd look at JT Miller and be like, oh, he's having a good season. And he does put up points. He does find a way. He's a very talented hockey player. There's a reason the Canucks just signed him to $1 million years and $1 billion. But in his own end, he is, honest to goodness, one of the most shocking players in the National Hockey League. What's the plan here? What is it? You give it to Kirby Dach, the son of Hickory and Dickory, and now you're down more than you were before. Yikes. That's a dang it. For our next dang it, listen very closely to the broadcast team. It's never good when they call your mistake as you're making it.
Kulak Knows Ovechkin bearing down on him. Took a hard pop. It's thrown in front. Strome nudges one wide.
Ulrich's playing with fire a little bit here, Jack. And look at the sloppy play in the defensive zone. Turning pucks over.
Right on cue. Strome shoots and scores. 1-0 Washington. Dylan Strome's third of the year.
Come into the zone offside. Fogle has full possession. Good stick right there by Strome. Little strip. And what a shot short side up over top of the blocker. Stuart Skinner. Dylan Strome has had two great passes in this first period. Both to Sonny Milano, both could have equal goals. One almost looked like it was in this one, no doubt about that. Under the bar. 1-0 Caps.
Yeah, he was playing with fire, wasn't he? Now, in fairness, Dylan Strome with the snipe, but he was able to make the snipe because he had the puck, and he should have never had the puck because Warren Fogle gave it away. That's a dang it. And the final dang it of this week, it's never good when you... I'm sorry, it's really funny. It's never good when you give the puck away for a goal while they're still announcing the opening lineup on the scorebook. Rasmus Sandin in the opening minute.
Missed the net. They came off the stick of Sandin. He'll keep it in. No, he did not. Will Carrier takes it away. Carrier looking to break. Has a step down the left side. A backhand. And Shalgren with a big stop. Rebound score. Nick Waugh the follow-up. Jams it in. The Waugh line at it again. They're on the board 45 seconds into the game in Toronto tonight.
Exploit it. And we know what Will Carrier is going to do. He's not shooting from there. He's driving the net. Saved by Shalgren. Not enough. Nick Waugh going hard to the net. 3 in the frame inside the hash marks. That's how you score goals.
And Nick Waugh with his fourth. Had a goal in...
So, to recap, he completely flubs the thing at the offensive blue line. Vegas takes it the other way. Eric Shelgren does make the initial save, but the puck is wide open in the crease. Rasmus Sandin hustles back, only to almost knock the thing in himself. Vegas gets a tap in on the goal line. Great start to the game. Well, nothing about that was good. That's a dang it. Hey! How you doing? You know who's underrated? Jar Jar Binks. One of the most underrated characters in cinema. And easily the most underrated Sith Lord. Anyway, hi! Welcome back to Watch Hockey Night in Canada with Steve Dangle, presented by Coca-Cola. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, supposedly Jordy Ben's nickname is Darth. And I don't know why. Producer Rob Bobbert doing a little bit of digging on this one. And a friend texted them the following. So apparently Jordy Ben is a big Star Wars fan. I did not know this. And used to wear number 8. So his teammates called him Darth Ader. Apparently his teammates were every uncle. Every uncle ever. Darth Ader, how about that? And then they would lift their knee to untold heights and slap it. They would just slap that thing. Darth Ader. You know what? I'll call him whatever he wants. If he keeps scoring goals like that, that is noted goal-a-game player, Jordy Ben. He has the go-ahead goal here as we head into the third period. We have some more questions from the chat. Feel free to add them. And also stop yelling at me about the Darth Vader stuff, because that was a joke. I was joking. Darth Maul is the best, though. Anyway, sorry. Nicolas Aube-Kubel, by the way, in former Leaf news, was just handed a 3-game suspension for a headshot of Tampa defenseman Cal Foote. And that's a suspension that is longer than 2 games. I didn't know the NHL did those. So that's got to be a pretty big one in what is just a catastrophic nightmare of a year for Nicolas Aube-Kubel after winning the Stanley Cup. He dented that thing, and things have never been the same. Daniel, should Ryan Reynolds buy the Sens? Yeah, man. Absolutely. Now, it is going to cause some moral dilemmas for Leaf fans. Like, we'll immediately have to stop watching the Deadpool movies, I think. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And we go, Waiting, it didn't age well. That's a crappy movie. And Van Wilder, never liked it. But then he also does so much work with Sick Kids Hospital. Listen, for the health of the league, Ryan Reynolds should buy the Ottawa Senators. But it's going to be a moral dilemma because that'll make the Senators likable. And that hurts my head. Justin asks, do you consider Källgren to be an NHL goalie now? I think people are way too hard on this guy. Way too hard on Källgren. Listen, his numbers stink. Like, I'm not here to debate that. I don't think the Leafs should sign him to a multi-year deal. I don't think they should give him millions of dollars. But as the third stringer, and let's remember, last year he wasn't even the third stringer. It was Joseph Woll. Woll was hurt, so they had to call up Källgren. So he was the fourth stringer. He's an 886 heading into this game. Last year he was an 888. So I suppose that's roughly where he's at. Listen, he hasn't allowed the best goals. The game winner last game wasn't great. He's also made some pretty big saves. Made some big saves tonight. Made some big saves last game, even though the game winner wasn't that great. I don't think he is a wonderful goalie, but as a third option, like Leaf fans, you're acting a little spoiled here. You're forgetting some of the abysmal options the Leafs have had at the backup position in recent years. Forget the third goalie, the backup position. Erik Källgren's the best third option the Leafs have had in a number of years. So is he an NHL goalie? I think the answer can be yes, just not a great one. I don't think that's mean. I think he'd say, yeah, sure. Just call me whatever you want. Just call me an NHL goalie. We got puck drop coming very soon here. Do we have more questions? Let's see. Yeah, like, we would all love to have a Logan Thompson who could just come up from the minors and, all of a sudden be one of the best starters in the NHL. It usually doesn't work that way. That's all I'm saying. Warrior, what do you want Santa to bring you for the Blue Room? Oh, man. What do you get the guy who has everything? I want more goalie masks, I'm pretty sure. I just don't know which ones. I definitely want more Potvin paraphernalia. There was a Felix Potvin glove, a game-used glove that I didn't buy because it was $5,000. But part of me is like, wouldn't that look great? I think it would. You know what looks great? Seeing the Leafs with more goals than the Canucks. And that is the current situation. Can the Leafs keep it, that situation? We will see here in the third period of Watch Hockey Night in Canada with Steve Dangle, presented by Coca-Cola. The Canucks begin. Holy cow, they gave the Leafs a bunch of extra shots during intermission. Ooh, Canucks almost getting a power play goal right there. The Leafs have about 30 seconds to kill here to start the third. And the Canucks working it around, aggressive off the top, and Källgren makes the save, his 18th of the game. Telling you, man, I don't get why the Canucks are where they are in the standings based on their roster. Shouldn't they be roughly where they were like after Boudreau became coach? Here's Pettersson. Ooh, Canucks working it around. They're moving it really well. Puck into the corner. Final seconds of this penalty kill. Leafs might be wise not to take another one for the rest of the game. The Canucks power play is moving it really well. Jordy Ben with a little hit. And the Leafs will get fresh reinforcements over the boards.
So the Canucks 1 for 2, a pair of shots on that unsuccessful power play. They'll work back.
Canucks trying to keep that momentum going. Getting it deep. Leafs got to turn the tide here. Oh boy. Liljegren settles it down. Please tell me that hit off of something. Or is Liljegren going to the box? Are you serious? Right after I said stay out of the box, you do that? Yeah, Kiefer not liking that one. Really?
Right at the last second, just the pressure forced it. No stick there.
Oh, come on!
Back-to-back power plays.
That doesn't go off of anything.
To try to tie this game.
Good pressure from the Vancouver Canucks.
Got a couple of those seam passes.
Liljegren to the box. The Leafs have another 2 minutes to kill. Not the greatest start to the third period at all. Oh my goodness, the Leafs just got to clear the front of the net. And they barely managed to do that, but they do. David Kampf, get it out. He does. Oh, who was that, Giordano? He thought about going for it. That was almost a 2-on-1. Probably wise not to do that. Because the Canucks turn it up the other way. It's a problem. Holy cow. All right, well, the penalty's half killed, or sorry, quarter killed. Math is hard. Yarncroke clears it.
40 seconds
Holy
gone
cow.
in the Liljegren delay of game penalty.
Bet the farm, by the way, that Sheldon Keefe throws a loaded offensive lineup after this. Besser! That go in? Or are you ringing off the bar? We might get the horn of, oh no, is that going to be a trip on Marner? Please say no. Please say psych.
Now Pettersson down low.
Holy cow, the Leafs are a little bit in shambles right now. Jordy Ben versus the world in that corner.
To keep it alive for Miller. There's Pettersson.
Oh no, Pettersson wide open! It's wide of the net. Jordy Ben gets it. Almost out, but not quite. Quinn Hughes holds the line. 30 seconds to go here in this penalty kill for the Leafs. Besser trying to work it around to Pettersson. Under 30 seconds to go here. Canucks, man, really causing the Leafs fits here. Oh, and the Leafs get it out. Reinforcements over the boards.
Two of the best chances on that power play taken away.
Final 10 seconds. This Canucks power play has weapons.
Now it's Poulsen flipping it through. One shot on the power play. Aston Reese up the board.
And the Leafs survive it. Canucks still with it, though, in the offensive zone. That one goes wide. And out. Oh, how did the Leafs survive that? Barely 3 minutes into this period, the Leafs have played almost the entire time shorthanded. Oh, what a shot from Besser. Shouts to the cameraman for even being able to follow that thing.
He still searches for his first of the season.
Yikes on bikes. Wow.
So a face-off.
Now who we got? Tavares,
Right to Eric Källgren.
Yarncroke, and Kerfoot.
21 stops on the
I guess Marner was just out there.
Leafs control
for the penalty kill.
breakout, and here's Liljegren with some speed into the Vancouver zone, and that's kicked away
Ooh!
by Martin.
Rebound, but yeah, Sandin playing that well.
Back by Hoglander.
I gotta say, putting Sandin with Liljegren has made Sandin way better. He looks so much more comfortable on the left side. Leafs try to jam it in at the side. Spencer Martin covers it, and they'll get an O-zone draw. We're learning things about this team in this game. Learning things about this team. Some of them are good.
Well, Kerfoot uses his speed that he
They are winning after all.
Here to just the quick shot he knows going high and wide, but he's right on it there, and Myers a little late with his stick.
Well,
Kerfoot
Kerf almost
tried to
got
lift
that
it
too.
up and over Martin's shoulder.
He's struggled to put points, to say the least. Which is wild because he's playing the most time he's ever played on the top line, probably. Liljegren trying to box out Dakota Joshua. Where is the thing? Uh-oh. Källgren with a key stop there as the defense abandoned him a little bit there. Sandin sacrificing it all to get the puck out and around. Bunting sends it in deep for Nylander. Whoa! Matthews tangled up with Pettersson there. Uh-oh. Errant pass to Riley. Fortunately, the Canucks needed a line change there, and he will collect it. Oh my goodness! How did he find Robertson? Who finds Engvall? Who gets a second whack at it? Who doesn't love hockey? You're wrong. Mulligan. Up and over. Jordy Ben. Finds Mulligan. Gets it behind the net. This is Engvall's best game of the season. Leafs keep it in. Oh, Mulligan wanted that. He's going to beat Ovechkin and Ray Bourque for career shots if this keeps up. Dennis Mulligan. Oh, get that! Oh, Leafs at very least keeping up the pressure. This is a good shift when you're the team who's up. Uh-oh, Giordano caught though. Luckily a turnover, and Aston Reese will take it deep. Leafs got a line change out of this. Garland gets it out. The Leafs still hold the Canucks to the neutral zone though, and they'll try to get it deep again. And they'll work it around, not content to just kill the clock. The Leafs are trying to get the insurance marker. Canucks still in their own zone. Oh! Yarn broke off the foot. Kampf kicks it in. Oh, just ice the puck at this point. The Canucks finally clear it, and they'll get some fresh bodies. Sorely needed fresh bodies. Just under 14 minutes to go in the third here. That's a lot of time. But it's less time than there was before the beginning of this shift. Leafs doing a great job. Oh my goodness! Tavares keeps it going. And is this ice? Is this ice? Yes. It will be icing. And I gotta say, the Leafs putting up some good pressure here on the Vancouver Canucks after a pretty tough start to the period. That's an unreal pass from Robertson. Unreal pass from Robertson. He has been head up and confident all night. I have been saying I don't want Robertson on the fourth line because I don't think that's the role he was made for, and I still don't, obviously. I think at the end of the day, he should be in the top 6 if he's going to be in the NHL. He's looking great. He's looking great in the role that he's been given. So the way I was ragging on Sandin earlier in the game, another icing. You know, you just got to find a spot in the lineup. You got to find your role, find your role. Tonight, Robertson's finding his role, is he not? He's digging in for pucks. He's hitting, he's passing, he's shooting. He's getting no-zone draws drawn. That's a productive night from the kid. Matthews wins it back. Woo! Leafs throw it on and ends up in the corner. 13 minutes to go here in the second, in the third. Sorry, I'm so addicted to how well the second period went. 2-on-2 here, the Canucks attack. Woo! Stopped by, who is that, Willie? Oh, Willie picked it off! Källgren with the save. Willie, you better give him a tap. Kuzmenko almost buries there. Källgren looking all right on that one. Does it look like, looks like we'll get a commercial break. Yeah, Kuzmenko picking off Willie. And Källgren with the save on that one. Watch Hockey Night in Canada with Steve Dangle, presented by Coca-Cola. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends, and don't forget, After the stream, whenever the stream happens to end, we got the player cast here on the Sportsnet YouTube channel. Flames, Jets, Craig Rive, Andrew Peters. It's going to be a fun time. Questions from the chat. Jess. Jess, did you drink out of the Easter Seals cup? Yeah, here, let me grab it real quick. So this is it right here. This cup goes to the top fundraiser for the Eric Lindros Celebrity Hockey Classic. Might as well talk into the mic. Top fundraiser and top fundraising team, Rachel's Raiders. Rachel's Raiders is my hockey team name. It's named after my sister Rachel. We went to Easter Seals camps growing up. I did not drink out of it this year, but I have drank out of it many, many times. Many, many times. Listen, you win a trophy, you drink out of it. Those are the rules. Noah, what the heck up with Campbell? I don't know if you're a Leaf fan or an Oilers fan asking that question. Listen, Campbell is perfectly capable of being a great goalie. Like, we've seen it. We've seen it in Leafs Nation. And we've seen him struggle. And when he struggles, he's really down on himself. His body language is bad. His equipment looks heavier. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Just, he looks like the world is on his shoulders.
The memory of so many others.
And it can be tough to reel him back in. Like, even if he's winning games, he's happy the team won, but he's disgusted with his own performance. The Oilers got to figure that out because he's there for 5 years. Like, listen, you signed up to be the goalie of the Edmonton Oilers. They give up a lot of chances, and they get a lot of chances. You play with the best offensive weapons in the entire world. You got a great backup in Stuart Skinner, or he will be. Like, that's your goalie partner for the foreseeable future. Campbell, I don't think it's a matter of ability. I think it's between the ears. And I'm cheering for the guy, man. I love him. How couldn't you love Jack Campbell after his stint in Toronto? Leafs working it in the offensive zone. Goodness gracious. Kerfoot drilled from behind by Luke Shen. Play continues. Shen continues to work Kerfoot. And the Canucks. Oh! Marner steals it. Throws it in deep for Kerfoot, who takes a licking and keeps on ticking.
Unable to find him. Riley.
Shen's still going at him.
And it goes to Ben, a shot just wide.
Oh! Behind that, Spencer Martin doesn't know where it is. Kerfoot with it. Oh, him scoring on this shift would be perfect. Setting up John Tavares wouldn't have been bad either, but he misses just wide. Canucks hemmed in their own zone again. Kerfoot to Marner's foot.
Leafs trying to extend their stay in the Vancouver zone.
Leafs, oh my goodness. The Canucks have had some really bad shifts in their own zone. In this third period, I don't know if that's onside, but Bunting takes it in. Misses wide. The Canucks will get it out, so now if the Leafs score, you can be guilt-free. I think the Leafs might have 6 guys on the ice right now. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Sorry, I cheer for the Leafs. So what I meant to say was what? They have never, ever had too many men on the ice, ever. You got to watch Myers there. Watch him. Leafs top line breaks it out. William Nylander on the entry. Stops up. He'll work it around. Oh, I thought he was going to go behind him, and so did the Canucks. Drops it for Matthews. That's what I would do. There's never, ever been a bad pass made to Austin Matthews. Nick Robertson in the corner now.
Nick Robertson from the corner. Timothy Liljegren's moved up.
Liljegren in deep. Throws it behind the net. Leafs widening the gap in ozone possession. Oh my goodness, what a move from Engvall. Gets his own rebound. What are the Canucks at the point there without a stick? I think that's Garland. Diving. Is he hurt? What's going on?
A lot of straight-legged Canucks able to clear.
Well, there's back-to-back.
You'd never know the Leafs were the ones up one.
Cycle shifts where you trap the defense and
as they are just attacking and attacking and attacking, foot on the gas. The Canucks own the first few minutes of this period, but the Leafs have really hemmed the Canucks in. Garland with an eternity of a shift. Oh! Good stop from Spencer Martin, who has been sharp tonight, you must say, for the Vancouver Canucks. Aston Reese looking for Malgin. If he found him a moment earlier, he would have had a good shot. Camp works it to the point. The Leafs have made great use of the point tonight. Oh! Did the goalie go off there? Wow! Rebound! Garland has been out there for over 2 minutes.
And the pressure continues. Riley moves up.
Riley with it. In front. Riley with it again. The puck has been sticky to the Leafs for the last 10 minutes or so. Oh, Malgin picked off. Do the Leafs have a guy back? They do. Shelgren with the save. Leafs collect the rebound. And they'll go right back on the attack. Tavares looking for the toe drag on Shen. Doesn't get it. The windmill, I should say.
Into the Vancouver end.
Which I do all the time.
Left here in the third period. Still a one-goal game.
Man, you know what's humbling? Playing in a charity tournament against, with Ray Bork. You know who doesn't turn it off at all? Wendell Clark. That guy's an animal still. We won 2 of our 3 games. We lost our one to Wendell handily. I think we lost 6-2. And if it weren't for our goalie, it would have been 22. He was unreal. Our goalie. Shout out Sportsnet's Jeremy Pearl. In the final game, Michael Renberg was the celebrity player for the other team. And he said, he just goes, "Oh my God, you're unbelievable." Because he was. The other team was better than us. They were. But he just kept bailing us out and bailing us out. Tavares. I think mad about that chance that he missed. Did it go off the post? Oh! Sailing just a few inches high and wide. Watch Hockey Night in Canada with Steve Dangle, presented by Coca-Cola. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends that the Leafs still have the lead as we creep deeper and deeper into the third period. What a game. This rules. This rules. More questions. Bradley, do you have a dream 1-for-1 trade right now for the Leafs? Yeah, like Zach Aston Reese for Connor McDavid. Like, do you mean one that you think the Leafs could actually pull off? I don't have a dream 1-for-1. I mean, I would love if the Leafs were able to give up one guy and get like James Reimer, for example, but the Sharks would only be interested in futures. So you're looking at like Sandin or Robertson, which I'm not doing. No one in the right mind should want to do. But you look at a good goalie who's able to play in a tandem, carry the load for a little bit, has a lot of experience in this league, expiring contract. That's James Reimer, right? He might even have 1 year after this. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. He'd be great to have in the team, but Alexander Kerfoot can do a lot of good things for this team. I'd rather the Leafs have a true, devoted top 6 left winger than Kerfoot, who the Leafs make into one out of necessity. Then I think that makes your top 6 look a lot more dangerous, a lot more formidable. Like you see Matthews and Nylander today on the top line today, and you notice them 9 times out of 10. Could you even tell me who's been their left winger all night? Like, it's not even bunting every shift. You know what I mean? Same goes with Tavares and Marner. Oh, the Canucks rip it! It'll go wide. It'll leave the zone. The Leafs attack with numbers. Jordy Ben out for blood. Under 7 minutes to go here in the third period. When did that happen?
On the ice, Garland with an outlet and up ahead.
The fourth line is out there for what might be their last shift of the game. We will see. Riley, just get that out, get that out, get that out. Get that out. It's behind you, Robbie.
In Pittsburgh, fittingly, against his old team.
And the Leafs do get it out. Engvall, easily his best game of the season. I got to say, I love him up the middle.
Nick Robertson on the forecheck.
I've thought that for a couple years now.
Ekman Larson move it ahead and going to roll down the ice.
If he was better on the left, which I think a lot of people expected at the beginning of this season, maybe the Leafs' offensive situation looks a little different. Maybe Yarncroke's the third-line center there.
Stream all the sports and content you want worry-free. Visit Rogers.com for details.
Kerfoot's now playing wing full-time instead of center. I think that's the way it should be. Engvall, I think, should be full-time center. Unless at the deadline they get like a real bona fide up-the-middle guy. I like Engvall at center. I really do. He's got some offensive flair. A little bit. Kills penalties. Oh my God! Demonic bounce. Don't let that be the theme. Malgin battling. Oh! What happened there? A collision. And whoever that was on the Canucks got absolutely cold-cocked. Leafs are about to go to the penalty kill. What on earth happened there?
He ran into Höglander as he was turning up ice. And
Aston Reese ran over Höglander.
Right there. Vancouver power play.
I guess that'll be interference. Oh, that didn't look good at all. I'd want to see that replay again. I don't think that was intentional. I think they ran into each other. But that was bad. That was bad. The Leafs have a penalty to kill here. Yeah, we're grabbing that replay real quick. Leafs have a penalty to kill here, but first and foremost, I hope Nils Höglander is okay. It looked like he was able to get up on his own. Holy cow, that was a big collision. And it was a little bit away from the play, too. Do we have it? Here it is, here it is. Yeah, Höglander, like he's talking. He has no idea Aston Reese is there. Yeah, I don't really think Aston Reese meant to do that. I think they were both puck watching. Yeah. He probably deserves the minor penalty there for interference. Wow. I don't think either guy knew they were there. Aston Reese had a little bit of an idea. Höglander had no idea. No idea he was there. Yikes on bikes. All right. Velocity asks as we head into this penalty kill, what's wrong with the Flames? You know, there's a lot of teams that are off to surprisingly struggling starts. The Flames is one of the least surprising, I think, just because they went through so much turnover, right?
In Toronto. And what a momentum swing that would be. We've just
time.
watched the Leafs spend the majority
That's what's wrong with the Flames. Time. It's going to take time. So the Canucks head to the power play. They're 1 for 3 on the night, and I'm surprised that's it, to be honest.
Not ready to drop yet, so why not?
They've looked really good. And Aston Reese is part of this Leafs penalty kill. And now he's in the box with 5:34 to go in regulation.
And the Leafs clear it. Vancouver 1 for 3, 4 shots.
Here come the Canucks.
The game on the power play. And in they come. Kick back to Hughes. Besser available.
Got it
on
at the
right
point.
Side. They go the other way to Miller.
In. Where is it? Out of play. JT Miller wanted that shot that he got in the first period. He was looking for it.
He just really couldn't even see it. Didn't even seem to react. He got a little smile out of him there. Good job again. The net front presence.
Watch this when he gets it. He's looking for it. Yeah! Justin Hall knew it was coming. You learn from your mistakes, kids. Penalty. Quarter killed. David Kampf. Face off. Oh, the Canucks come out with it. They put it on. Where does it go? Shelgren steers it wide. Kampf. He's not going to win that foot race. Canucks keep it alive. Pedersen with it. Pedersen with it again. And that will go into the mesh. Minute 15 to go in this kill. This could be the game right here. You never know. Canucks with under 5 minutes to tie it. Leafs with under 5 minutes of game clock to just wind down. Their game plan all third period long has been don't take your foot off the gas. Go, go, go. But now you're on the penalty kill. And you don't have much of a choice. That's a great dump in from Hall, as that'll take us to about halfway through this penalty by the time the Canucks get the zone. Unless the Leafs can prevent it. Kerfoot killed a couple seconds right there. Bo Horvat gains the zone. JT Miller gets it deep for Horvat, who rings it around for Besser. Canucks moving it really well. Get it to the point. Miller! Where is it? Miller with it again. It's in his feet. The Leafs can't quite clear the zone there. 40 seconds to go here in this kill. Pedersen teed it up. Faked it. Where is it? Blocked. Miller with it again. Looking for friends. Hall went down, and that was the right play. Puck's still loose, though. The play continues. 20 seconds to go here in this kill. Less than 4 minutes to go in regulation. Pedersen almost has the puck taken off him. Almost isn't enough, as the Canucks' top unit looking real dangerous, but the Leafs clear it. And that'll just about do it. Huge play there from Justin Hall. L1R1 always works in Chell. You got to do it. 3 shots. Felt like a lot more. And now 3.5 minutes to kill here. Get it out. Get it out. Get it out. Canucks hold the line. We got a wrestling match. What's going on there? Jordy Ben with 18 on 81. How is play still going? Camp for the interception. Takes his time. Wise. Marner to Matthews. Stopped by Spencer Martin. Huge save. And I'm going to do the hokey broadcaster thing. Remember that save? Here comes the Canucks. Garland misses. Holy cow, we got a derby. Liljegren gets it deep. Leafs ringing around a little too hard there. Matthews partially breaks it up enough for his defender to get to it. Bunting leaves something very important behind. Willie works it back. A little too far back. And hey, Eric, how about you get back in your net there, bud? All right, cool. Uh-oh. Bunting, probably the right choice to go off there after he lost the stick. 2:15 to go here in regulation. Leafs 3, Canucks 2. Justin Hall had a great shift last shift. Tries to get it to continue. Tavares throws it into the corner. And he comes out with it. Fires. Spencer Martin stops it. And with 2 minutes to go in regulation, the Leafs with a very important ozone face-off here. Very important ozone face-off. It's a shame Tavares was just out there for that last shift, because you'd probably want him out there for this face-off. I wonder who Keefe goes out there with. I mean, you could keep Tavares out there. It is. He does not win it, though. It's Tavares with Kerfoot and Engvall to kill the game. Engvall on the right. I like Engvall on the right, too. I basically like him everywhere but left wing. Kerfoot. Yeah, kill that clock, bud. Kill that clock. Make him come get it. I hate it when teams do it to me in EASHL, but I love it when the Leafs do it. Kerfoot. Uh-oh. Oh, the Canucks have an empty net right now. Engvall was applying pressure.
get a change. Canucks make
Precious seconds ticking off the clock. Canucks captain Bo Horvat with it. 1:15 to go here in regulation. Can the Canucks tie? Hopefully not. Because if they don't tie it, that means Jordy Ben got the game-winning goal, and that's hilarious. Oh, the Canucks put it on. Rebound. The Leafs get to it first, and they will get it out. Quinn Hughes with it. Under a minute to go here.
Canucks looking for the equalizer.
Vocal cords in shambles right now. Just absolutely shredded.
Watched by Marner. Hughes across.
Pedersen with it.
Pedersen and Miller.
Oh, the Canucks working it around really well. Where is it? Leafs doing a good job of preventing the puck from getting through. 30 seconds to go in the game. Get up, lad.
Had a little trouble with it. Lost it, but gets it back.
Oh, turnover from Giordano. Puck escaped from him there.
For Pedersen.
Leafs pressuring Pedersen there at the point, trying to get him to turn it over. He doesn't. He gets it to Besser. Besser knocked to the ice. Leafs clear it. 10 seconds to go. Hold on. Shelgren hits it into the corner. Big hit in the corner from the Canucks. And that might draw a crowd here at the end of the game. But the Leafs hold on and win it. How do you like them apples? Eric Shelgren allows just 2 goals on over 30 shots, playing the second half of a back-to-back. Love it. Jordy Ben, game-winning goal. Love it. Who doesn't love getting to have their cake and eat it too? I get the fantasy points from JT Miller, and the Leafs win. Hilarious. Absolutely love it. Nom 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 nom. Hey, look, I still have this cake. The Leafs take the win. Big 2 points there. Big 2 points in the standings. Eric Shelgren, big dub. Leafs, big dub. Jordy Ben, Alexander Ovechkin. Sorry. Austin Matthews. My bad. Watch Hockey Night in Canada with Steve Dangle, presented by Coca-Cola. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. What a game. What a game. That is about the most exciting no-goal third period I've ever seen. I'm glad we're back to the wacky. We're all the way back to the wacky. These streams are going to be silly and stupid every Saturday, just like they were last year. That was a ridiculous game. Leafs down 2-0 in very short order. The team did not look good in front of their goalie. Goalie did not look good. Coach looked ridiculous for his decision-making with the roster that he laid out. Throwing the goalie out there for both halves of a back-to-back. 1, 2, 3. Matthews with a big power play goal. Oh, screw it. Let's see the highlights. Screw me describing them all. Show the highlights. Whoo! This is from the third period. Big stop from Shelgren. This is just going to be an Eric Shelgren highlight pack. I got to say, Spencer Martin was great too. This was not a game I would have expected to be a goalie duel. And remember I said take the over? I was wrong. Yeah, Leafs kill final seconds of a penalty to start the third, and Liljegren takes a penalty immediately after. Besser rings it off the crossbar. I thought it might have gone in. That was a fantastic play from Robertson, just not the best play shot there from Engvall, who also had a really good night. Loving Engvall up the middle. Most of the third period there, until the Leafs got into even more penalty trouble, this was the story. It's honestly unbelievable. Leafs didn't win this game 4 or 5-2. Spencer Martin was great. Tavares very narrowly missed that. And this is the penalty that almost cost the Leafs the game there. Zach Aston-Reese completely blowing Nils Höglander up. I wonder if he gets a call from the league for it. I don't think so, because I don't think it was on purpose, but you never know. Matthews had a great chance to put the Leafs up even more. And Spencer Martin was fantastic. Both goalies were fantastic in this game. But with the 28 save performance, Eric Källgren secures the win, secures 2 points. And that guy there on the bench, Jordy Ben, who is a Leaf, by the way, gets the game-winning goal. Folks, that is it for this stream. Thank you very much for watching. Watch Hockey Night in Canada with Steve Dangle, presented by Coca-Cola. Click like if you like the stream. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends that the fun is not over. Stay here on the Sportsnet YouTube channel. We've got the player cast next. Flames, Jets, get after it.